Against this right back, Charlie's definitely.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on.
There's always just that active when defenders are being given like. There's always just that active when defenders are being given like. There's always just that active when defenders are being given like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on.
Thank you very much for that, Ian Wright. It's Manchester City against Real Madrid. People deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, in some cases, good night to all of you lot tuned in, whether you're on Twitch. Make sure you're following on YouTube or on YouTube. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. It's the second leg. It's all level. You know, Inter Milan awaits in the final of the 2023 edition of this Champions League. You've got Manchester City on the verge of potentially making history of their own. You know, the second English team that, you know, I would have seen win a treble, and they could win the Champions League for the first time in the club's history. The Champions League really and truly should be renamed after Real Madrid, if we're completely honest. You think of the Champions League, you think of Real Madrid, and I don't know what they do. I don't know what it is about them, but they always find themselves in the latter stages, and there's history of their own. What wouldn't it be? 14, 15 odd times. You know, there's some interesting individuals out there for both teams. There's some great battles. Obviously, Kyle Walker versus Vinicius Jr. was a good battle, I feel, from the first leg. You got the Benzemas, the Modrics of this world. You know, you've got Haaland and whatnot. It's crazy. I need Real Madrid tears. Come on, City. Never am I cheering for an English team. The game's the game, unless it's Arsenal Football Club. And to be honest, you know, Barcelona need to give us our 2006 edition because they cheated. Hi, mate. Prediction? I can't tell you, man, because like a lot of people, I do feel... Bless me. Apologies. Thank you on behalf of everyone that said bless you. As I was saying before I sneezed, it just feels like it's Man City's time. But then I also think it's business as usual for Real Madrid. I don't know, man. I don't know, honestly. 1-0 Real Madrid. Nah. 2-1 on the night. City to take the lead. Real Madrid to snatch it from the death. Probably a predictable prediction. I know a lot of people are going for Real Madrid win tonight, but I'll go to the other direction and go for 2-1 City win. Starting 11 and bench lineups are out 6 minutes from kickoff. Well, 4 now, but by the time, obviously, I saw that. Appreciate that, American Gooner. I'll get right on that. Phil, appreciate your consistent support, and I hope it is a good game. City winning it before us will hurt even more than the league. Brother, I've seen Chelsea win it twice, innit? I've seen Liverpool come back from a madness. I've made peace with it. I've seen United, you know, win it twice. I've seen United actually, catch life, because Chelsea probably, if John Terry didn't slip, would have had it 3 times. I made peace with it, man. My football club should have one of these, you know. That's one of my... Probably Ferguson would probably say as well. He reckons he could have won more Champions League trophies. I do think, as much as I love Arsene Wenger, and a lot of the reason I see football is through Arsene Wenger's principles and all these things. Hope he's doing all right wherever he is. But I definitely think he should have won at least 1 or 2 more Premier League titles, probably a lot more. And there should be a Champions League there. Now, when we move to the Emirates era, my expectations have kind of gone down. But yeah, I made peace with that, man. Want Madrid to win, but I think City will win. You're kind of thinking, I am. El, shout out to you because you're part of the furniture. Good evening, DJ The Nation. Right back at you. Looking forward for this big match. To be fair, shout out to everyone who was at my live stream yesterday. The Milan derby was decent. It's definitely better than the first leg. Hopefully, this game lives up to the billing, man. The Etihad's probably going to be a great atmosphere. City 2-1 lottery is incoming. We were robbed in the Champions League thanks to Barcelona cheating. Amen. What was we about 17? I actually think it's on this day, you know, however many years ago. 17 minutes away. Can't lie, we're Coach Carter FC, man. That's why a lot of, like, I have a hard time. I know football doesn't work like this, but when the odds are stacked against a team, I have a hard time accepting it because obviously Arsenal didn't win it in 06, but we went Juventus, we went Madrid. Obviously Lehmann saved the penalty against Villarreal, if I can remember correctly. I was in year 6. We were underdogs everywhere. And if you remember against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, bro, we were rocking up with some makeshift defense. Football's way more of a mental game than people give it credit for. Man City will win 3-1. Hope there's goals. May the best team win. As I said, I'd rather the Spanish side win today. And it'll be interesting because regardless of whoever wins, they'll probably be the favourites against Inter Milan. Who knows, really? I know a lot of us think, whoever wins today wins this Champions League tie, and it's probably true in my opinion. But football always has a funny way of showing us different things. Jing, I'm there, man. I hope you're doing well and safe. And we were robbed against Barca. We go again. Big up, Nathan. I think Madrid will get the job done. They're so experienced on this stage. City are noobs. You say that. You say they're noobs, but they've got to the latter stages. Admittedly, I'm not sure for semi-finals for a couple of times. And good portion of those players on the bench and starting, forgive me if I'm wrong, they were there when they lost to Chelsea, for the second time Chelsea won the Champions League. So I hear you, clearly the Real Madrid players been there, done it, wore the T-shirt. But I think it's an even encounter. It would have been nice if, it would have actually, potentially, if somehow the teams got split up, AC played Madrid and Inter played City, and then you've got potentially these two teams in the final. What possessed Madrid to bench Rudiger? I don't know. You can forgive him really and truly, I don't understand that one. Obviously, when you've got David Alaba and Militao, it is what it is, but Rudiger's probably the only person this season who could probably say they've kept Haaland quiet. So it is harsh, isn't it? It really is harsh. City fans been getting way too loud recently. Haaland Madrid. It's Haaland Madrid anyways, but wouldn't we be if they turned the Premier League into a Farmers League? Thoughts on Ivan Toney's ban? Mad thing is all I can say. Mad thing. 2 months. Technically, Trippier got 6 months. Toney got 8, so 2 months extra. Obviously, will have a career after. Probably misses out on a move in the summer, really. Obviously, he's not going to be able to help Brentford. That might affect his chances with England, considering he got called up recently and there's a Euros. Harsh statement, man. I just wish these sanctions, and it's not interchangeable at all, but I just wish that the penalties were as harsh on racism. This just tells you when they can sanction, they will. They got Woozy, man. City, to be honest, out of all the English teams to win the champs, if it's not Arsenal, then I don't really know City fans like that, innit? So it is what it is, but I'm not with this supporting British team thing. Gundogan, the captain. I personally think Gundogan, after this season, will probably be playing Real Madrid a lot more frequently. I think he's going to Spain, which means he's probably going somewhere else. 8 months out is kind of wild since most of the charges happened when he was playing in the lower leagues with Borough. Rico case, innit? Unfortunately, what you do in the dark comes to the light, innit? And you're right about that. It is harsh. I do think it's excessive, but I guess rules are rules. It's not, I don't know how to, this ain't really a point, but then one does have to wonder, you look at the amount of advertisement in terms of betting that footballers wear on their shirts. They might do sponsorship stuff for the club. Can you really be surprised if someone turns around and bets? And what he's doing in football, that's low level stuff. Do you know how dirty and corrupt football is? Really and truly. Prediction, I'm going to have to go 2-1 Madrid, man. Speak it to existence. But unfortunately, I do think it's Man City's time to win this thing. Imagine if Haaland wins champs before Mbappe. The shouts are going to be crazy. Obviously, Mbappe can say World Cup. And he's definitely had more standouts. Like, a man, how can he silenced Messi. As much as Messi's the best ever player, silenced Messi at the Camp Nou when he was playing for Paris Saint-Germain. Had as great as a game. Well, Messi was obviously better. His team won, but Mbappe was a star in that final. But keen to see it. And that man there, if you're watching this on BT, all the talk of the next generation, not so much Pedri, but Pedri gets thrown in there. Obviously, Haaland and Mbappe gets thrown in there. No one really talks about Vinicius like that. Like, surely Vinicius is in that realm. Kickoff has happened, people. Manchester City have kicked off. Gundogan's gone to Edison. It's a big day. What would you do now if you're Tony? What can you do, bro? What can you do? You just probably have to get a personal trainer and just do what you can, innit? Probably go on holiday, like, because probably everywhere you go, his phone's probably going off a million times. Obviously, you know what's being said in the paper. Probably just get out of the country, man. Go on holiday, just turn off your phone. Kyle Walker in possession. Skips it, sells Vinicius a dummy and goes back to his keeper. But yeah, man, you probably just have to come out of the country, bro. Like, Give it a couple of days, there's a next scandal, in it. Edison, Diaz. Bitter pill to swallow, because I'm sure Brentford would have loved to have had him fit as in Brentford's next game, ironically, against City. Immediately, you can see it's an interesting matchup. Once again, Real Madrid are just holding their shape, allowing City to play, defenders to come higher up with the ball. And then as you see there, who was that? Was that Toni Kroos or Valverde? Thunderous tackle there. Come on, Madrid. Back again, DG, respectfully. Big up yourself, Spartan. And shout out the chat room. Looks like this game is going to take a while to kick into life. The Etihad is packed out. I'm not sure how many times you could say that. Rodri. Benzema intercepts, but Benzema is not quicker than Akanji, unfortunately. Akanji shepherds it back to Diaz. Diaz, Stones, Walker. This is going to be a good game, people. I can't lie to you. I can't guarantee goals and that, but the tempo already. Bernardo Silva, rumours he could be going Paris Saint-Germain, skips inside, plays it to Jonathan Stones. Stones City is cool, man, but Arsenal's better, man. Come join us. Foden, you're not getting much game time. Buy everyone from City. Rodri. Oh, Bernardo Silva. When you describe Bernardo Silva, you'll speak of him as a technical, diminutive, creative player with a wonderful touch. You probably just showed he's human there. Awful there. I wonder how many nerves are in for both teams or both sets of players, because obviously both are experienced at this elite competition level. Real Madrid have been there, done it, but they're human, innit? And as I always say, football, a mental game. Mentally, I want to see which team reacts when the first goal goes in, if I'm honest. Rodri. So far, Manchester City, smash the like button if you're on YouTube. I've had the lion's share of possession, but that don't mean nothing against Real Madrid. You can be better than Real Madrid for 99 minutes. I mean, sorry, man said 99, 89 minutes. We've seen them. We've seen what they're on. Stones. I don't know what it is, because I watch Real Madrid a decent amount of times in La Liga, and sometimes they underwhelm, but Champions League, they're always on it. Jack Grealish, happy he's having a great season, finds Gundogan. Gundogan gives it back to Jack Grealish. Grealish only has Gundogan there. Can they get out of that tight spot? They got out of it. And it's Akanji. Akanji, we speak about Haaland being a clone. Akanji's a clone. This ain't the same one from Bundesliga. Rodri. Kyle Walker. Fullback setting. Shoot. Fullback setting. Oh, well, that's right. You're fullback, in it. There's only one man that can score a one-goal wonder screamer from there without a first touch. Kyle Walker needs to watch the intro vids. It's set up for him. And as a fullback, you never know when you're going to be in that area again. So you have to buy a lottery ticket. You don't always win. And unfortunately, someone's probably in the stands received the ball in the face. But I guess it's positive, City have had the lion's share of possession. Nothing's gone on within this first 3 minutes. Courtois throwing for Man City once again. Real Madrid are more of a cup team now. Never seen Bernardo Silva let the ball slip like that before. Nerves. Could be nerves. Could just show he's human, innit? I've seen Osman Dembele do that, And Osman Dembele, you wouldn't want to play against him. But there is nerves. Akanji, Gundogan. I think for both sets of teams, you just have to relax. And it sounds crazy, but don't talk up the occasion too much and just enjoy it. As crazy as that is. Haaland's managed to get his pass off, but as you can see, Militao tight. I don't even think Haaland's girlfriend gets that close to him. Kyle Walker advancing proceedings for Manchester City. Haaland's got his back up to his feet and is in the box. Poor pass from Bernardo Silva, I thought, but Kevin De Bruyne turns it into a half-decent one. Bernardo Silva absolutely manhandled off the ball. Real Madrid will say thank you deep in their half. You're told never to play it across your goal, Vinicius, and that's why he's not a defender. Lucky there that they didn't come to anything. Akanji. Big up yourself, serious brother. Don't apologize. Lateness is greatness, and just appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you, my man. You just finished school. Big up everyone in school. Stay in school, get your grades. There, man. Just enjoying a great game of football so far. Jack Grealish, baggy touch from him. He can still get the crossing. It's evaded Haaland. Bernardo Silva's actually won it. Kevin De Bruyne, who scored in the first leg, that's a great cross. Militao, that's a very important header. Courtois will thank his centre-back when that's done. If he don't get his head to that, Haaland or someone opens proceedings. Almost a carbon copy of how the first leg started. You have to credit to Grealish and Bernardo Silva for keeping that alive, to be honest. Good attempt from Kevin De Bruyne. How many times have you seen him whip that sort of crossing? Luka Modric. Again, Luka Modric. You wouldn't say that's a touch. That's going to be in Luka Modric's highlights. Bernardo Silva. But the thing with Madrid, even when you think they're not playing well or they started slow, they can lure you into a false sense of security. Bernardo Silva skips past his player. And I thought he could have got a foul there. Camavinga surely fouled him there, ref. That's 2. Interesting battle once again. Toni Kroos, ref. He's been pushed over by Bernardo there. Dark horse. You went fullback union to the fullest. I rate you. Go. See what Trent was doing the other day. You got to do it. Haaland snitching about something to the ref. I don't know what. And the play's actually stopped Bernardo Silva being given a talk to. I can't lie. It's a bullying thing because certain other people have been doing what Bernardo Silva's doing. You're just picking on the smallest player. To be fair, Vinicius done well to get the ball. But Camavinga, as much as he's putting in the shift at left back, he shows you why his future's not there. Bernardo Silva's an incredible footballer, man. I mean, you don't play for City unless you are in some sort of way. Man said Madrid are like a beheaded snake. You think it's dead, but it's still bite you. Great analogy. Scary, but great analogy. Big up you lot, people. Courtois gone long again. Benzema, no chance. Grealish don't fancy it against Militao. It's down for Militao to put in a performance because many of world football fans would be wondering what the hell happened to Rudiger. And Manchester City could be in here. Haaland's found by Kevin De Bruyne. And I can't lie, he's forced out wide. Haaland's put a dangerous ball into the box. Why is there only 2 blue shirts following them? They probably should have scored there. Bernardo Silva, City have started better. Fancies it against Camavinga. Camavinga struggling early on at left back. Rodri, is he going to buy a raffle ticket? Wants to pull it onto his favoured right foot. Rodri skims past, goes wide. Is that a corner, ref? Goal kick. Another half chance for City. City have started way better than Madrid, but again, dangerous. If I'm Pep, a team that's surely the highest scoring in the Premier League and in world football, probably should have scored by now. And for Madrid, that's not good enough, is it? You know, Rodri probably should have taken it on his left foot 10 years ago, but he's had time to size it on his right, try and get closer to goal. And I know Pep Guardiola's bold, but he's pulling out his hair and he's geeing up the fans. Boy. Another long goal kick by Courtois. Haaland is sick once again, man. Pardon me. This game should have been the final. Maybe. I think, you know what? I might put a cheeky bet on the Inter Milan upset, you know, even though I don't think it's going to happen. Diaz, Akanji. Once again, that can never be the same Akanji at Dortmund. Ruben Diaz clears his lines. Haaland attempted bundled over by Militao. It looks like in fact, I think Militao's actually been penalised and it's a free kick. It looks like Militao's taking a leaf out of the Rudiger book early on, people, and just getting very tight to Haaland at any occasion. We saying the Pro Evo gaffer. I slightly see Madrid sneaking a 1-0 win. I hope so, but it just feels like it's City's time, man. Diaz. Walker. He's going to pull it into the channels. Ooh, Walker. I know your players are quick, but you're asking a lot there. Can't lie, man. Arsenal, if you're watching this, my players specifically, you see the cheating you have to do. People are pushing people off the ball and all these things. You see what Bernardo's doing. Saka, this is what you have to bring in your game. So, right, though, we'll be playing Madrid in the semi-finals next year and under circumstances like this. Now, I'm capping. I hope so. You don't know, man. Just because we've seen weirder things happen in football. Camavinga, chopped down by Bernardo. No love lost between them lot. That was quite the battle in the first leg. You look at a couple of these City players and do you wonder if it's their last season? Because Bernardo Silva's always linked with a move away. Gundogan's deal's running down. Obviously, Cancelo's gone now. You just never know. But Camavinga. Could you imagine Camavinga, Valverde, Jude Bellingham, Tchouameni? And there'll be a next one who comes through. Apparently, Madrid, they still want to try and sign Mbappe and Alphonso Davies. Kevin De Bruyne kind of killed Gundogan, but Gundogan will retrieve possession. Grealish has gone home. And he's found the Kanji who's giving it to Rodri. Real Madrid, in truth, have not had a sniff. And if it was any other team apart from Real Madrid, I'd say you're in trouble. John Stones galloping forward. He's played it to this right-hand side, and it's here with Bernardo Silva. He's played it inside, and I thought Rodri would shoot there. Instead, he's tried to find Jack Grealish. Grealish slotted in wonderfully to life in his second season at City. Finds Rodri. Is Rodri going to bang it? Rodri's a better man than me, because you see, if I'm playing Real Madrid, regardless of of how this ends, there's highlights for you. That's a dangerous ball by Kevin De Bruyne. Courtois eventually got the ball in his hands. But again, City have started half decent. Toni Kroos. Benzema. City being very aggressive. Benzema's lost it cheaply. Real Madrid in trouble so far. Bayern Munich enters the chat. We're on them, man. We're on them. Gnabry to miss a penalty against Arsenal next year. We need a handy group. Listen, Arsenal, just get out of the group, please. All I ask, just get out of the group. No Europa League. And don't rub yourselves out. If we win, great. In the latter stages, I want to do a Benfica Inter Milan thing, but none of these 10-2s and these mad things. This is slightly a day for Mahrez. I hear it. But it's a tactical battle. And Bernardo's a very intelligent footballer. I'm not saying Mahrez isn't. Akanji, got hair freshly done. You need to buy a raffle ticket. Grealish, Victoria Beckham. He plays it to Rodri. Rodri to Stones. Stones, you're going to shoot? Surely not. First touch wasn't good enough. He finds Akanji. Akanji up against a man, and he's found Grealish. Grealish cutting inside. Oh, he's found Gundogan. That's a decent knock. Can Gundogan find someone? Gundogan gives it back to Grealish. Grealish finds Stones. The Stones fancy a shot. He does. It's whistled wide, but it's a good start from City. It's not about good starts. It's about scoring and ultimately getting into the final. But it's a great start. And you probably have to wonder, Madrid probably expected City to do this. They're at home. I don't even think you could call them the underdogs, but you could argue both teams are the favourites and the underdogs. Pep, always in the big games recently, has made a big song and dance about, even against Arsenal with the whole league stuff, fighting and making an atmosphere and all of this stuff. So they knew they were going to probably be under the cosh for some period, have to remain deep. For all the quality of Real Madrid, the Crozes of this world, we was talking about Vinicius. You wouldn't know that these are the same guys. Man City winning Champions League, Premier League and FA Cup. It feels like it's their time. You're such a good YouTuber. Appreciate that. But if I'm a good YouTuber, it's because I've got great supporters like yourself. So one love, everybody tuned in. Bernardo Silva on this right-hand side. Rodri, Akanji. Grealish. He delivers. That's a good knock. Haaland, it's 1-0. Oh! It's not 1-0. Haaland got his head to it. It's cleared off the line. Wow. How many times in the Prem have we seen that? Relentless pressure by Manchester City. Bernardo Silva up against Camavinga. Can't even describe the skills Bernardo's doing. It's just better, the messy stuff, not comparing him to that. The shoulders and all that wavy stuff. Grealish cuts inside, buys a raffle tee. Got gas. Grealish got inspired. Grealish is the atmosphere, gassed him. He got excited. And for someone of Grealish's quality, he should be doing better. But it's crazy to see Grealish shoot. It would have been Grealish setting up Haaland. It was going in as well. Alaba had no chance against Haaland to win the header. Courtois made a good save and Alaba's mopped up the rest. First blood City, real chances. Luka Modric. Camavinga, Vinicius Jr. Oh, poor touch from him. And City have got it back again. That was a goal. Need a playback, please. I don't know how that hasn't happened. Do you reckon Arsenal should sign Gundogan? Yes and no. Yes, quality player. We need some experience. He walks into our midfield. He's experienced. We're in the Champions League. We're just hoping to give a good account of ourselves in the group stages and hopefully go beyond that. Where is he playing? Could do a lot for us. Haaland loses out. Could do a lot for us. Where I'd say no is I don't think Gundogan be on it. Like, you've been at City. You've been in the Prem for time. You lived in Manny for time. Obviously, it's a good project. You know, Arteta, we're doing all right, all of that jazz. But career short. He's 33. If not soon, if he isn't already, you might as well go play in La Liga or something. Do you have Discord? I need to get it patterned up. Would you take Ancelotti if he's available? I mean, it's Carlos, so I can't say no, innit? But I'm happy with Arteta for now. But my second team, Brazil, we want Carlo or Pep, both of you. So one of you need to quit club football. Corner kick to City. In swinger from Jack Grealish. Has to be perfect. It is perfect, really. Courtois punched it in the same direction it came from. Grealish will have another attempt. Looks to take on Carvajal. Trying to cut inside. Poor from Grealish. Looked like he was caught in two minds. Speaking of poor, that's a poor attempt to clearance from Vinicius. Gundogan whips it in. Too much on it. The idea was great, though. Toni Kroos can't beat Bernardo Silva to it. Well, in fact, I thought that would have been a City throw. It's a Real Madrid one. Big up DG. Real Madrid getting dominated. Pep is the Grand Master. He is, man. But Real Madrid, they're dodgy, man. Especially when it comes to Champions League. It's a lot of football to be played. 15 minutes so far. Real Madrid have only completed 13 passes in this opening 15 minutes. Manchester City have completed 124. 79% possession to 21. Modric, Camavinga, don't panic, man. I don't want no icy freeze to make mistakes today. Courtois got completely under the ball. Not really got any distance. Kyle Walker heads it. Luka Modric, that was silly from him. Not that I can tell Luka Modric about decision making. Kyle Walker. Right, I just clocked you and Modric were ex-teammates. Come a long way for playing for Spuds, innit? Big up you, look. Never a foul, ref. Never a foul. Oh, Gundogan's looking for that. and City have taken it quickly. Grealish up against Carvajal. Jack Grealish. The thing with Grealish, he's one of them annoying footballers. It's like the way he dribbles. It's one where, as a fullback, I'd think you could nick it, but like he'll get his foot there, and you foul him and that, and you kind of want to be a bit too perfect. Guys like Vinicius now, they're just gonna rip you. Kevin De Bruyne, that's a ball. Alaba sends it the way it came from. One thing I will give Madrid, they are remaining resolute defensively. It is last ditch-esque, but yeah. Not seeing a single thing from Madrid in an attacking sense. But how many times in football, not saying it's going to happen to City, but how many times have we seen in football a team completely dominating the other side? One team the opposition gets one chance, one opportunity, and they score. DG, what about Foden on loan back up for Saka with guaranteed Champions League? Back up for Saka, I hear it, man. Well, if City was stupid enough to get rid of Foden in any capacity and he wanted to join Arsenal, I'd drive him to London myself. He's unlucky that, you look at the players that are out there for City, but he's one that he'll grow in importance at City. The Kevins and these Wells, they're not going to be there forever. Right now, he just needs to be like a sponge and soak up everything he can from them experienced players because he's going to be the guy. It's a bit like, I'm not saying Trent isn't the guy already at Liverpool, but there's not going to be a Mo Salah, a Van Dijk, a Alisson, these sort of individuals. So they're going to have to be the leaders. Wishful thinking in a half, man. Nights and games like this is why City sign Haaland, need to finish these chances. I hear you, but to be fair, that's harsh, man. He did all he could. So great save by Courtois and a good bit of last-ditch defending. Akanji. Gundogan. Looks like a Premier League match for City right now. Haaland. Sheer determination. I can't lie. Gundogan's elite at winning fouls. But it's like the boy who cried wolf. Haaland needs to sort out that first touch. Sheer determination and strength saw him keep the ball, but come on. To be fair, see, this is why he shouldn't be a boy who cried wolf, because Gundogan's actually fouled there. And I guess my confirmation bias struck in subconsciously. Free kick to Manchester City. The way it's going, you'd imagine a case of when and not if City will score. Boy. Ref, hurry up. Feels like we've been waiting forever for this free kick. Kevin De Bruyne to take it. It's going to have to be something perfect. Kevin De Bruyne, it is. Oh, I don't know if he tried to go for goal. It's not, ultimately, it's not on target. But considering the range, it's not a bad effort. Pardon me. He's tried to catch his keeper out. What I would say, for the average player, that's probably not a bad effort. But for Kevin De Bruyne, maybe you could do a lot better. Courtois, ooh, dodgy pass, finds Modric. Militao. Carvajal. Finds Luka Modric. Probably the first time you see Madrid play, about 5 passes. And I mean, City are cutting off the passing lanes. Modric's forced to try to backheel it. It's gone out of play. Off the ball, City have been good as well. Suffocating Madrid's danger men. As soon as Madrid win the ball, or better yet, City lose it, they're recovering it back quickly. Gundogan, Rodri, Mr. Kyle Walker. A lot of space to run into, quite frankly. Doesn't have too many options, forced to play a square pass. It's here with Rodri. Rodri to Akanji. Akanji must be loving life, Jack Grealish up against Carvajal. Thought he showed too much of the ball to one Madrid player, and the second one's intercepted it. And now City have won it back again. Akanji. At what point do we stop looking at the fact that it's Real Madrid and start looking at it that if you keep playing like this, you're in trouble? This happened last year. City was dominating, then 90th minute struck a game. And this is why you need to put the game beyond reasonable doubt, because for all of what we're talking about, City is still 0-0. Stones. Again, I have to credit Madrid's shape off the ball, though. And it's here with Kevin De Bruyne. Has Haaland and Gundogan in the box. Oh, great tackle by Luka Modric. It will, however, be a corner for City. City are making Madrid look like an average team. Alaba is an unsung hero. Do you think Alaba is an underrated baller? Yes, he's at Madrid, but he's never in those conversations of being the best. I wouldn't say under. No, I think he is. I don't know what convos you're hearing, but anyone that's not, in that case, yeah, if anyone's not rating him, but I don't think I've ever come across that. It's Alaba, isn't it? 30. Short taking routine. Kevin De Bruyne has probably overhit. What do I know? Akanji's kept it alive. Haaland. Oh my God. Courtois with nothing short of an amazing save. Amazing save again. Another great chance. Haaland with another header. Fantastic reflexes by Courtois to push that wide of the post. Madrid having some real defending to do. Grealish. Oh, look, probably not the best. Is that another corner? No. At some point, City are going to have to take these chances. Haaland's up banging on the door. That's his second close range effort. Completely pinned Camavinga, just like with Alaba earlier. What a fantastic striker, colossal striker. Madrid cannot get out of their half. Grealish in possession. And a throw-in from Manchester City. Man said, where's Bale? Where have you been, mate? Bale's probably put somewhere having a couple of beers and playing golf. Kyle Walker. Madrid play against Barca. They can win not having the ball. Boy. Ruben Diaz galloping forward. John Stones. I don't think that's what John Stones meant to do, and it's gone out of play, people. Bernardo Silva applauds the attempt. Fresh trim, DG, appreciate that. Friday, so not quite fresh again, but trying, man. But yeah, Courtois is probably the most talked about Madrid player in this opening 22 minutes. Grealish, what can he do? Alaba's won it. Oh, Grealish has also retrieved it. Carvajal tried to slide in. He couldn't get anywhere near it. Grealish has Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland. Finds Rodri. Rodri looking for Gundogan. Gundogan made a lovely run off the ball. Bernardo Silva has been switched out to. Bernardo Silva gives it to Stones. What can Stones do? Jonathan Stones keeps it and he finds his fellow England colleague in Walker. Walker to Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne to Bernardo Silva. It's going to be 1-0. It is 1-0. Manchester City have taken the lead. That is nothing short of fantastic. Nothing short of what Manchester City deserve. It's a fantastic finish from a fantastic footballer. And one of the players who have probably started the brightest for Manchester City, Bernardo Silva, has put Manchester City 1-0 up on the night and 2-1 up on aggregate. And I feel a bit sorry for Courtois because he's been making saves. But as I said, at what point do we start looking beyond the fact that this is Madrid and they've shown they're not done until they're done and say, look at what's going on? Madrid have been defending deep into their half, and it's poor from Modric, from Camavinga, from Toni Kroos. And I mean, you know, Camavinga gets attracted to the ball. Neither Vinicius, Camavinga, or Toni Kroos by nature are fullbacks. Nobody has tracked the runner of Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, I think he's shaped up like he's going to find the far post and smashes it into the near one. And it's nothing less than Manchester City deserve. And you can see what it means to Pep Guardiola. Real Madrid going to have to live up to the billing. Boy, it does feel like it's City's destiny. Boy, and if it stays like this, Madrid are out. So they're going to have to offer a lot more. But they do say you're most vulnerable when you've just scored. Confident play by Stones, who's giving it to Diaz. Diaz. Akanji drops a shoulder, plays it inside. Rodri, first time back to Diaz. Stones. I mean, tactically, Pep's spot on today, man. You know, Rodri and Stones have seen plenty of the ball. Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, Grealish, Bernardo finding a lot of pockets. And mentally, their players have turned up for today. Bernardo Silva, the goal scorer, finds Rodri, gives it back to him. Gives it back to Rodri. Bit of keep ball session between those players. Kyle Walker. Rodri. Gives it back to him. Now I see why Madrid lost the league this season. This team are just unbelievable. They deserve everything. Immaculate football. It's Man City, innit? Pardon me. Best compliment I can give them. And it's only 25 minutes into this second-legged tie. Making Madrid look like the standard team City play at the weekend in the Premier League. Real Madrid can't keep the ball. We've not seen any trickery from Vinicius or Rodrigo. Not seen anything from Luka Modric, Camavinga, Valverde, and all of them. Benzema hasn't had a sniff. It's peak Valverde, Luka Modric. Poor from Luka Modric to try and find Vinicius. Bernardo Silva. If they're not careful, I think City will score a second very soon. Akanji galloping forward. City are not doing what they normally do in the Prem when they rest on their laurels. They're still aggressive. City deserve it. Could easily be 3 up already. Yeah, if it wasn't for Courtois. Man saying congrats on the 3-peat and treble. Real Madrid's on the beach. Aura can only get you so far. And I do hope the aura kicks in. Camavinga. Must admit, Carlo, so far it's looking like the Camavinga experiment isn't quite going to work. Haaland. Oh, I thought he scored. Probably the worst chance of the night from him, but he's had 3 good chances. It's all City. Smash the like button if you're on YouTube. Make sure you're following if you're on Twitch. Real Madrid chasing shadows, man. Camavinga's a baller, but he's not a fullback by nature, and he's switching off a lot. Vinicius could be in here. Oh, is that? Did they say handball? That's very harsh. Can't lie, City go through it will be the most one-sided Champions League final you ever seen in your life. I believe so as well, but it'll be quite the upset of him to do it. Gundogan waits for options, and even that, City players got far too much time on the ball. Bernardo Silva, Jonathan Stones, having a great game. And what player John Stone is? If you win the Champions, you might as well come play for Arsenal, bro. Anyone can play for City. Come show you can do it with a team with Cedric Suarez and that. Gundogan. I try, man. Boy, Carlo Ancelotti needs to start doing all that eyebrow stuff. Even though he's a master tactician, he needs to start kicking in the powers. Whatever these lot drink at halftime, they need to come out on something different. Because City, Ederson, how much, apart from kickoff, I haven't seen Ederson touch the ball too many times. It's Manchester City against Courtois right now, really. And even if you're Pep, your team deserved the goal. They've started well. Mentally, they look prepared. But if he was harsh, tie probably should, even by Madrid standards, should be over now. As Dean said, probably should be 3, at least. If not for Courtois and actually Alaba as well. Grealish, too easy from Real Madrid from Grealish. Grealish glides past about 7 players. Just the final ball was terrible into Haaland. Too easy from Real Madrid there. Courtois. Carvajal. But again, City are just forcing Madrid backwards. As you can see with what the spaces Rodri and Stones are taking up off the ball. Courtois to David Alaba. Alaba clears it out. Build-up play, non-existent currently from Real Madrid. 47 likes. Can we get to 100, folks? Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Find your teammate, lad. Might have to do the Valverde right wing thing. They might need mentality monsters like Rudiger to come on for no reason. Man said Madrid need Tierney. I like the agenda. I think Madrid should have gone with Alaba at left back and Rudiger, Militao centre backs. It looks like something needs to change. If you're completely honest. 15 minutes basically until half time, folks. If you ain't hit the like button, you know what to do. One love in advance. But yeah, man, I'm never going to criticize Carlo Ancelotti or Pep Guardiola's tactics because they know a lot more about football than I could ever condone could ever comprehend better yet. But it does look like something's going to have to switch at half time. Haaland, surely he's fouled Toni Kroos. And he has. Climbing all over him. One thing I like about Haaland is he doesn't rely on just throwing his weight around. Almost in a clumsy way, he just throws his weight around, man. Must be lovely having a striker like that. Right. Alaba, oh, it's over, Madrid. You might go out, unless Militao has saved his teammate. Alaba ramping in possession. Courtois. Alaba's gone down. I think Haaland was late there. They don't look like European champions. I can't lie. Very poor, very poor. And I mean, how do you look at it? Like, I don't know if a player, off the top of my head, there might be 1 player, 2 players have won the Champions League at City prior. At other clubs are probably not. And I don't think Real Madrid are complacent. But from a mental aspect, Could it be a curse? Could it be a gift if you've been in this scenario time and time again? Could it be a curse? Because City are hungry. Obviously, certain man at City lost the final. Majority of them have. If I don't even think anyone at City has won the champs. So could that be playing the aspect? City are forcing Madrid long, like one of you said. 30 minutes, only 45 Madrid passes have been completed. Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and go on the pitch. Crazy. Carbon copy of the first leg, except City scored. Vinicius, Kevin De Bruyne tries to win the ball back with Bernardo Silva. Benzema eventually loses it. Whatever it is, Inter will be the next champions. Camavinga, Rodrigo. Oh, that's a good ball for Vinicius. Vinicius Jr., you need to at least get a shot away. Unfortunately, Kyle Walker is quick as well, and it's some good defending. First real bit of defending. Lovely turn by Gundogan. And Kanji's played it first time. There's a real good rhythm and tempo and pace to the way City are playing. There always is, but it's less passes, more sensible, wavy passes. There's more of an intensity. Sometimes you could be forgiven for saying City's football is so perfect for the neutrals, it's boring. Not today. Jonathan Stones. Bernardo Silva. What a player, man. Rodri. Look at the space Grealish has. Rodri plays a square pass to Akanji. Akanji surely plays Grealish. No, it looks like he might fancy a shot. No, he fancy finding Haaland. Kevin De Bruyne has tried to play a give and go, important interception by Madrid, or they could find themselves further down. Luka Modric in possession. Finds Vinicius. Apologies, Rodrigo. He's done well. It looks like he's been coming centrally a lot. That would have been a lovely ball with the outside of his foot for Benzema. Maybe that's what they need to do. Valverde out wide. Probably what's happened. Rodrigo in the 10. They've got no connectivity in terms of midfield to attack or anything. Inter's art of defending against City's art of attacking. What I would say, out of the two teams, AC Milan and Inter Milan are definitely more equipped to play in either one of these teams than AC. For that very reason. Alaba loses out to Haaland. Haaland's flick on is to no avail. Toni Kroos has years on the ball now. In fact, I lied. Skips past Haaland, in fact. Skips past a couple City players. Finds Valverde. Valverde ain't got eyes in the back of his head. Plays it backwards to Militao. Militao invited to attack the space by his teammates. As you can see, Modric was doing that. Good game, man. Good game. Appreciate you lot. The only thing that makes it a great game is watching it, talking about it with you lot. Don't know what Carvajal saw there, but I think for his troubles, he's earned Real Madrid a corner. Haaland going ham in the gym, bullying the centre-backs. When I can't watch the game on the Bandulu live stream, then I come here for DG's commentary. I get the best view of the game. Big up DG for the live stream, running commentary. Talented beyond measure. Appreciate that. How good has Akanji been for City this season? Hey, big up yourself, Maverick. He's been great. If there wasn't a certain Haaland, probably a candidate for signing of the season. Arguably is in his own right. Well, not arguably, is. Vinicius Jr. finds Benzema. Benzema hasn't got any teammates in support, has to hold on to it. He's done great to find Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos living a movie. Aye! He shattered the crossbar. Someone needs to check on that cross. Toni Kroos. Oi! DG inspired. I have to push that agenda. Oi! He's let rip. He's caught it sweet. Sweeter than some jerk chicken fresh off the jerk pan. Now, unfortunately, it's cracked the crossbar. Edison well and truly beaten. It's just 2 inches, a couple of inches too high. Pause. Edison well and truly beaten. Or did he actually get a touch? I don't know until we see the next action of play. But look at what it's taken for Real Madrid to bang on the door. Carvajal up against Grealish. Gundogan in possession. Boy. Real will come out and play now. Watch the ride. This is what Arsenal are trying to compete against. Major upgrades needed this summer. Arteta needs to step up to stand a chance. We ain't got a chance, bro. But we can die trying. John Stones. Haaland making a lovely run. Got Bernardo Silva to his right. That's terrible by John Stones. You've done all the hard work. Pass has to be better. Play of John Stones is quality. I don't know how he's done that. But nonetheless, every City player is doing good. Every City player stood up to be counted. Clearly listening to whatever they demanded of them tactically. The fans are probably playing their part. Probably in the last 4 or 5 minutes, You've now seen Madrid start to play lightly. Camavinga doing up inverted fullback. Pardon me. Finds Carvajal. I don't know what Carvajal was doing, but he's giving it straight back to City. Bernardo Silva, Grealish. Boy, you'd imagine a second goal here, and it's a difficult mountain to climb. Grealish finds Gundogan. It's about to be 2. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Bernardo Silva has struck again, people. Goals are like bosses. Pep Guardiola is getting one over on Real Madrid at this moment in time. I think it's done. Even by Real Madrid standards. Real Madrid, if it was any other team, I'd rule them out. Forget the goals just based on the way you're playing. But it's ugly. It's ugly. And that's another great reason as to why I love watching the game with you lot, people. Because you could hear the commentary. You heard me say there's going to be a second soon. There could be a second. And there you have it. Credit to Jack Grealish. Done very well. Gundogan as well. The ball, bit of fortune is ricocheted into the path of Bernardo Silva, who's just played a cushion header into the far post. Or better yet, his near post from that angle. Good header. It's over, man. It's over, Madrid, man. Man said I just voted Madrid to win in the polls. You jinxed them. I don't know if Camavinga is playing with an injury. Daniel, City are hitting hard, man. 2-0 taken from an Arsenal fan. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. It looks like Real Madrid's time in this competition is gone. I don't want to write them off because it's Real Madrid, but boy, City are moving mad. Probably got the whole of Barcelona supporting as well. You can't write off Madrid, but it's looking peak. If this was any other team fighting City, I'd say it's done. I do think it's done. But Madrid tax. Boy, might come a third. Need 2. Now Madrid need 2 goals just to take this into extra time. 3 if they want to win it. Camavinga in possession. Luka Modric. City shape is immaculate. It's not being broken down for no one. Toni Kroos. He's taking Toni Kroos from about 20, 30 yards to smash the crossbar. Rodrigo played a couple of passes in behind, but other than that, and that's even being kind, Madrid haven't offered a chance. Vinicius, Rodrigo, Camavinga, Toni Kroos. Sells Haaland a bit of a dream, forced to play it square towards Luka Modric. Can Fabio Vieira be turned into Bernardo Silva? I'd love to see it, but you just have to focus on being a good player for us. I don't think so. City have retrieved it again. I can't lie. Rodrigo had to make that foul. He's been a bit naive to make the foul and not be probably booked there. I think he's meant to do that. Manchester City have Real Madrid's number. And it's cruel, but I think if Madrid go out today, Carlo's going to get sacked. He didn't win La Liga. They won Copa del Rey, but he didn't win La Liga. And if they go out of champs, I think they'll sack him. First goal, Kroos, and second goal, Modric, guilty of ball watching. Ain't got the legs. The Camavinga left-back thing is not flying right now. The legacy midfield is not flying right now. They're struggling to cope with the intensity and the physicality of City. Benzema's out of the game. Vinicius out of the game. Midfield non-existent. For a second, Real Madrid were defending resolute. Yeah, the best player for Real Madrid so far is Courtois. He probably deserves better based on the 39 minutes we've seen so far. Boy, needing 2 goals is bad enough. 3 if you want to come back from behind for Madrid. But if they concede again, it's an even darker place. Agenda's got an agenda. We kept up with the City super team in the league. The Poznan incoming. It's ready, man. Kevin De Bruyne. You know what? It might even be a third before half-time, you know. Depending on what the magic man Kevin De Bruyne can do from here. Oh, wow. Curse of the commentator. Kevin. That must be his twin brother, because what was that? He's earned a corner, but what was that? Carlo will leave by mutual consent. Yeah, don't let Donny save face. We're saying Zidane thing again. Boy, Silva's got Camavinga on the ropes. Camavinga's spliffing himself as well. It's off the ball. Like, as a Sunday league fullback, you can see how Camavinga, like, as a fullback, you're always looking over your shoulders, isn't it? You should be in midfield, but obviously he's playing left back. He's not by nature. Like, as a fullback, if you go and engage with the ball, you know you have to find a runner. He didn't do that. On top of other players for the first goal switching off. Modric bugging out for the second. Bernardo Silva's too on it. Oh, it's punched far too much. Vinicius can't bring that under control. But Bernardo took all those non-calls and getting pancaked out there in the first 10 minutes personally. Raw. Rodri wins an important throw-in. Courtesy of a double by the diminutive playmaker Bernardo Silva. Manchester City find themselves up 3-1 on aggregate until 2-0 on the night. Crazy stuff. Can't believe it. No smiles from Pep anymore, though. Business as usual. Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. I wonder what the odds on Bernardo getting a hat-trick today is. Bernardo Silva. Twisting and turning, bobbing and weaving. Kyle Walker's eventually joined the attack on the overlap. Probably the second time I've seen him go forward. Been disciplined. There's nothing I could give Camavinga 1v1 trading. But probably. But to be fair, he's doing a job, innit? And there's a tough arts to do it in a game like this. And there's been games he's done very well. I don't think if you can lock down playing left back, fair enough. But I don't think his future will be at left back. Pep is a genius. As he said before, regardless of what happens today, his legacy is intact. The greatest, when you consider everything, influence, trophies, he's the best manager there's ever been. Definitely in the modern game. There's nothing City can do against these lot, but Chelsea can do it against these lot. The only way Chelsea don't lose to City is if they say, do you know what? You lot are not celebrating on our pitch when they confirm that league. Just delay it to the next week. Rodri. And probably for Chelsea, I imagine Phil Foden, them kind of brothers are going to start. Gundogan. John Stones. The Kanji. It's all been City. Great pass by Akanji. De Bruyne, even by your standards, you got to give Haaland a bit more to work with. Nah, he's better than Fergie, man. Come on. Big up Ferguson. For this, all debatable, but for me, Pep's, and this is for someone who bigs up him all the time. Pep's an absolute genius. Ferguson had no answers for him in the Champions League final twice. Like, the man's something else, bro. Look at the influence. Every country this guy goes, everyone's doing the things he's doing. And that's no disrespect to Ferguson. Ferguson's arguably the greatest. But I think it's Pep. Like, everything I've read about you, everything you've done, the man's a madman. And another thing, sadly, people just say, oh, you ain't won Champions League since Barca. If he was to do it now, which is a legitimate question because Ferguson, definitely Wenger, rightly so, get asked about that. But the man's a genius, man. It's how he develops players as well. There's just so many layers. Rodri. Grealish up against Carvajal. What does he look to do? Charles. I think City is doing great and will win. They've got a comfy lead. They got a comfy thingy, man. Very comfy lead. And Bernardo Silva wants his hat-trick. Tame effort by him. Luka Modric. Finds Toni Kroos. Kroos to Camavinga. Camavinga. Back to Luka Modric. Luka Modric. Finds Camavinga doing up inverted row again. Oh, Camavinga, don't lose it there, buddy. He lost it there. Yes, Madrid, you're done. Madrid, you're done. Madrid, you're done. Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky. Grealish's touch there is poor. The offside flag still ain't gone up. Madrid are playing. I don't know what has happened to Madrid. Oh, wow. Courtois scrambling. Is it going to be free Haaland? It's behind him. Akanji queuing up. It's blocked. It's a corner. Scrambling. Yeah, let's not act like Ferguson never had some of the best at the time as well. And forgive me, and I do agree with that. But if you know that's your thing, innit? I don't think you have to manage some pensioners. And let's not act like Barcelona was necessarily doing the greatest when Pep took over. He took Busquets from the academy. which is a great player, but nobody knew who Busquets was. Took Pedro. Made Dani Alves get even better. Put Messi as a false 9. Told the line with a number of players which other managers would have worked with. Jack Grealish, that's our ball. It's going to be free. Courtois is the only one that deserves food after this. And that's half-time. Courtois is the only player that deserves a decent meal for Madrid after this game if it stays like this. He's the only one that's half turned up. This team make top players do foolishness. Madrid playing for the half-time whistle. Real on the ropes. I'm not used to seeing this. Big up DG. City are running Kroos and Modric ragged. They're starting to look their age. Camavinga at left-back just doesn't make sense to me. He's just been doing a job. Was going to save this one for your Arsenal live streams, but the way Pep has adapted to accommodate Haaland and create his new role for Stones just shows you his levels. Yeah, and a couple of others, really. Pep's a madman. Absolute madman. Madrid is peak. What can you say? If you're watching the game, they're getting moved to. Madrid are looking like Arsenal when we went to the Etihad. I can't lie. Absolutely crazy. Boy. So what do you lot think of the game, man? Apart from the obvious, what's you lot's thoughts? It does feel like it's, as I said before, I felt personally, it feels like it's Manchester City's time. And they're playing like it. Absolutely crazy. First half with boys against men. Great way of putting it there. Ancelotti's a madman, acting like Arteta when settling his team for failure. Doesn't he know this City team should not lead you 2-0? Never seen Real get cooked like that. They've been cooked. They've cooked themselves as well. They look like, well, like someone said, they're forcing it long. No real ideas from defense to attack. As one of you greatly put it, Modric and Kroos are looking their age. Madrid half looked like they could do something when you saw Valverde probably occupy the out wide area where Rodrigo came inside. But why? Nothing else past that. Simply put, it's looking like a treble for City. Utter domination from City. What more can you say? This is a super City team who've already made history and could make more. Haven't seen Madrid take a humbling like this before. City making it look simple. They just want it a lot more, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it's tactically. Maybe it's the point that City players that haven't won the Champions League, let alone Madrid players have won several. Where's the hunger levels? This Pep guy is crazy, man. Tchouameni and Rudiger should come off the bench for Kroos and Modric. Great game with great commentary from DG. Appreciate that. Great from you lot, man. City work rate off the ball is underrated. I don't understand how anyone underrates it, because whenever people talk to me about City, I say that. If you want to watch what City really do, while they're great on the ball, look at them off it. Would be at least 5-0 if Courtois wasn't standing on his head. I don't know, to be honest, why he's there. Probably have to put Alaba there and put Rudiger in. They have to change something. Cameron needs to move in midfield. I'm not sure anyone beats this City team. Football's a funny old game, though, because maybe Inter Milan end up winning the champs. This is why we will struggle if we don't improve the squad since Foden, Alvarez, and Mahrez on the bench. Looks like Madrid are trying the counter thing, but they haven't gone up the gears in transitioning. Credit to City minimizing space with Stones dropping back into defense. They've killed Madrid's build-up play. Even if one of them cultured midfielders in Real Madrid's team skips past 1 or 2, they look up, they have to go home. Real Madrid lacking the belief to play ball. This system is relentless. Carlos should have never dropped Rudiger. He was massive last game. I don't understand why he was dropped, because he's probably the only one that can say I've had a decent game against Haaland this season. I don't really think the centre-backs have been poor. It's more of the collective, but yeah, man, you never know. Real Madrid's best player has been Courtois. Anytime your keeper's been your best player, you're in trouble. Valverde, non-existent. Madrid are just being utterly dominated. Apart from Toni Kroos hitting the crossbar, nothing's been said. Pardon me, been said. Crazy. Bernardo Silva brace. It's crazy, but see, City 2 goes up. The only way you beat this City team is you don't. Kroos out, Tchouameni in. Kroos, his legs is gone. No dynamism. It just has to be. It's looking like an IC3 thing in midfield, man. Slap on Tchouameni. I don't know what, but you probably got to get Camavinga out of there. And as I said, Carlo, people got to get their Bibles and the Qurans and any religious book out if you're a Madrid fan. And Carlo's got to start doing the eyebrow thing because it's mad. At some point, we need to look beyond the fact of Real Madrid in it and look at, they're messing about here. One City win, one Champions League is over for everybody. Just need Pep to lead. I would love for them, if they are to win it, I just hope Pep says, you know what, I've done my thing, I'm cutting out. That's the only way I think we'll have a chance. Bernardo Silva could be going to Spain. Pep needs to leave or retire. It's like a man playing with editor on Football Manager. Trust. Some of us play with editor and still don't get the results we require. Absolutely crazy. Bro, we got Rodri twice in our lineup. That's an error. Appreciate that. Taking us a bit long to clock that. Who are we missing out? KDB. How could we forgive me? Change that, man. One love for that spot. Number you, KDB. It's way a 10. 17 shows what I know about City. Let's change that. 71% possession to City, 29 to Real Madrid. Real Madrid have had one shot to City's 13. Can't be surprised why we see the scoreline for where it is. 3-1 on aggregate, 2-0 to Manchester City on the night. Crazy. Bernardo Silva opened the scoring in the 20-something minute. Terrible. The Kroos, Vinicius, Camavinga, terrible. For Kroos, just don't have the legs. For Camavinga, you're not a fullback. So it's them areas there you're switching off. Pep needs to retire after this season. It ain't fair. In Lukaku plus 90, we trust DG. City are like Apollo Creed. Madrid are like Rocky. Well, they got to start doing the Rocky stuff. They remind me of 09, 08, 09 Barca. I hated this team. Full control, so good. Boring at time. Oh, nah, I can't agree. Barca or something else, man. This City team can't talk to Barca. I don't care what they win. Just in terms of football. They have no power in midfield. Crazy. Look at that passion from Bernardo. And the second goal, man. Big up to Bernardo Silva. He's actually involved in the build-up as well for it. The second goal has to be really disappointing for Carlo Ancelotti and his coaching staff, because that is something. It's not really out of nothing, but it's terrible, man. It's terrible. Everything about it is terrible. I swear we beat Man City in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, though. Say no more, say no more. As amazing as City have been, you can never rule out Madrid. You can never rule out Madrid, but like, you got to start doing the Madrid thing. If you're ever going to do a comeback, you need to come back like you've never come back before. Today, like, it's got to be a madness from minute one because you're gone. You can never sleep on Madrid. But again, Madrid are going to have to be a lot more attacking centric. And City have shown they will counter attack and hit you and done the game. The more you need to fly forward at the risk of losing 3-1 versus 2-0 is peak. Do you mean Bandulu's? We beat you lot again. We didn't Bandulu that. Wait, someone said Carlo Ancelotti should have watched that semi-final with. How many minutes remain? It's half time currently, so we've got another 45 minutes of action. Smash the like button if you haven't. Everyone hyping this City team, but they haven't done ish to me. Harsh, man. Wonder where this City team would rank in world football with the Invincibles, the treble-winning United sides, the Barca sides, the Madrid sides, the many other sides. But it is what it is. Shut up, man. Like, shut up. You lot Bandulu 2 Champions League finals. Like, do you know how Bandulu, the one with Bayern Munich, was? Shut up, man. Why are you hating? You're 11th. Why even watching this competition? You're not here next year. Boy, Pep, I mean, they've put a lovely scene of Carlo Ancelotti scratching his head. I can't lie. If I was a Madrid fan, I'd be even more nervous because that must mean the manager's like, boy, what do we do? It's crazy. Rah. XG merchant. Top Lee, you're rubbing out this season. That's the most rubbish thing I've ever heard you say. You don't. You turn into one of them XGs. Like Van der Vaart said, if these stat stones keep coming into football, I'm going to start watching. XG, you know. Biggest stage of the most City dominating, terrifying team. DG, my boy. Thing is, Madrid is away this time. So, boy, it's crazy. City must be on bad. You're even mad. And you froze against us times 2, mate. Madrid didn't even get close to break-up play with fouls to slow the City machine. Haven't seen anything from Vinicius, Benzema, Kroos, Modric. As I said, it's not Man City versus Real Madrid. It's Man City versus Courtois. Pardon me. Militao's done all right against Haaland, I guess. Alaba indirectly. Shout to Alaba because it probably should have been free. Cleared an effort off the line. That's the only saving grace Madrid have at this moment in time, is that there's 45 more minutes and that your keeper's put in a shift. Other than that, boy, and then Madrid players are spoiled anyways because they've won this competition more time than you can count. I swear Camavinga's basically completed world football anyways. In fact, tell a lie. Camavinga, did you win the World Cup? Was you there? I don't think he was in that squad. I could be wrong because I feel like he was. I feel like he weren't. I hope you done. Hope you did. You must have been there. Football goes so fast in this world, man. Nah, you probably weren't. Well, it's complete club football at the very least. We're holding corn against this City team on Sunday, by the way. Not this City team. You're going to see Phil Foden, Alvarez, them kind of brothers play. I swear if I see Rob Holding this competition next season. Rob Holding, don't worry, man. Not in the Forest settings. You're not rolling, man. If I see that, then we'll deal with that next year, man. 81 likes, people. There's 181 of you on YouTube. One love to those of you who have hit the like button already. Smash the like button, guys, man. It doesn't cost a thing. Helps the platform grow. City is going to win. Stats are just indicators. Stats, lads think they don't need to watch. The problem is, I think there's no balance. I think a lot of the old school ones, there's a reluctance for stats. And I think the new school thing, there's a lot of stats. And I think if you don't know what you're looking for or how to apply it, stats are just going to take you down a rabbit hole. I think there needs to be a balance. But I do think it's gone a bit far. These are the standards we must aspire to achieve. Yeah, everyone. I mean, it's not probably a single person in world football that doesn't admire what Real Madrid are doing and doesn't admire specifically what Pep is doing at Man City and the City model. Because for me, I think they're going to get better next year. Like, I know they brought in Haaland and Grealish, but I think in terms of a couple of signings, I think they'll make a couple of big signings, in my opinion. They're coming out with another Fast and Furious movie. Give it up, man. This thing is still going on. You ain't getting my piece. Shout out to my guy Matisse and that. It was nice to see him invited to the premiere. I need to get in the industry because no one gave me an invite, though. I'll change my tune if I got an invite, but this looks like madness. Don Carlo Ancelotti out. DG, do you think our current Arsenal squad is good enough for Champions League football? Squad, no. Couple individuals, yeah. Squad, no. And a couple of individuals, for example, like Zinchenko, who I think are ready, but you have to improve defensively. You think you can rock up at... You can't rock up at the Bernabeu with that inverted fullback crap. Now everyone knows how Liverpool got burnt out going against this machine. It's peak, bro. Madrid's peak. I do know one team that beat Madrid over a two-legged tie, though. With a teenage Cesc Fabregas and that. Yeah, Ivan Toney's been banned for 8 months. Free the boy. And Sefty, they did a madness. Nah, man, they need to allow it with this Fast and Furious thing, man. There's about 20 movies now. They need to call it a day, man. I haven't watched, couldn't even tell you the last one I watched, but I heard they're fighting aliens. Doing too much. Right, there's another bold coach at City like Pep. Crazy. Could be his younger brother. Second half, soon upon us, people. Both sets of players are back out. Madrid kick off. Madrid have it all to do. 3-1 down on aggregate, 2-0 down on the night, have 45 minutes to put it right. Don't remind me, Marcel. There's no need for that. But I don't really care about that, you know, because when Chelsea won it the first time, that's when I was vexed. So I've made peace with it, man. Some things just never meant to happen, innit? Not gonna grab that one day. That one day is too expensive, man. Be nice though, ref. Hurry up, man. What's going on? And we're off, people. Second half settings. Madrid gonna try and do mentality hype, bro. The mentality's got a mentality today. That at this point, like even for Madrid, it's a madness. Valverde. If Madrid come back, football's scripted. I can't lie. If Madrid come back, football is scripted. If Madrid somehow go to the next round of this Champions League, football it's already scripted, but it's like it's faker than I thought. If I see Benzema celebrating, if I see Vinicius magic, yeah, football scripted. I think only Inter Milan can save us now. I don't really care if City win the Champions. I just don't want an English team to win anything if it's not my club. Like Vinicius Jr. skips past Kyle Walker. You're gonna have to Brazil today, ref. Oh, great tackle by Kyle Walker. As good as the little knock Vinicius did. Bernardo Silva, he's boying it. Chips it over Modric's head for no reason. Akanji. Straight pass from Akanji. It's a test of character for City as well. Don't get it twisted. 2-0 up. Everything's great. But how will they react if one Madrid goal goes in? I think they'll be perfect. I just think that City just look very good tactically at the moment. Missing defensive midfielders like Casemiro. You got Valverde there. I just think there's Modric and Kroos, like someone said, they're looking their age. But that's a good point, though, because at some point, when Kroos and Modric are not there, I know even the young players at Madrid are experienced, but at some point, you're going to look around at Madrid. And in fact, not even just centre mid, there's going to be Militao's on the right side. Rudiger's getting on a bit, so I won't include Rudiger, but there's not going to be Alaba, Kroos, Modric, Benzema. You're going to have maybe an Mbappe, a Haaland, Vinicius, Bellingham, Valverde, who's experienced and stuff, but there's not them kind of old heads. So I wonder how they'll even look in the champs. They're looking like they're definitely missing Casemiro at the moment, though. Don't get twisted. Because at least he's going to foul someone. Ref giving Vinicius a talking to. Some of these young boys today probably think mentality is an app you can download. That was funny still. Probably. And for some of these City boys, the reality is, yeah, as much as Madrid have gone to the final, both sets of players need to have no regrets. That would be me anyways, even though I could never comprehend how they are. Because you don't know if you're ever going to play in a final, let alone the semi-finals of the Champions League again. This is a chance to become immortal, in a sense, in terms of legacy. Grealish, Gundogan, he might as well bang it. Doesn't elect to bang it, finds Bernardo Silva. Poor from him. He's fortunate he's able to rectify his mistake and go all the way home to Edison. Edison's probably sorted out his delivery orders or several orders for his family for after the game. I ain't seen him too tough. True, Tony Kroos hit the crossbar. That's about it. I wouldn't say City have started a bit poor, but giving the ball away a bit that weren't really there in the first half. Big test, as much as tactics on mentality, even though word to top blue is becoming the new. But as much as mentality and mental aspects of football, I think in the present day, people who don't know what they're talking about, it's become the new buzzword, man. Big up yourself, Dan. V, shout out to you. Bro, Pep's formation is Pep, innit? This guy's a madman. Absolute madman. Every dog has their day, but yeah, man. Madrid look like they need to do something today. And their old heads need to turn up. Valverde, Luka Modric. This must be a new Luka Modric because it's not the first time he's had a terrible touch. Kevin De Bruyne, absolute madness from him. I don't think Militao knew too much about it. I can't lie, Modric, even by Modric standards, he's showing he's human. He's looking like the Modric that signed that first year for Madrid at the moment. Camavinga, Luka Modric. Oh, Rodri, did he try to slide him or did he lose his foot? Vinicius. Pardon me. I hope Inter beat City in the final. So our last hope. Credit to City, though. Modric with a lovely switch of play. Benzema's tried to hit it first time. It was dead. City have cleared their lines. Where was this Real Madrid in the first 45 minutes? And I'm gassing it a bit, but like they're half looking like a football team now. Like you can see people taking touches and getting on the ball. Oh, ref, that is surely a yellow card. Diaz got, yeah, it is nowhere near the ball. Who turned him? The camera angle was not the best. Someone absolutely turned him. Great strength by Vinicius. Rob, is it like, I swear, Diaz looked like he just picked him up like that. That's one way to stop Vinicius. Where would you lot rank Diaz? Centre-backs in the world and centre-backs in the Prem. Certain Ballon d'Or winners looking finito out there. Football's harsh, man. And to be fair, Kroos and Modric, we were looking at them for a number of years and thinking, yo, how are you still playing like this? Maybe time has caught up. I don't want to be reactionary, but you are looked, it's like Cam said, you look in your age for once. But one thing you should know about Madrid is not to write them off. It looks like Alaba fancies a shot for me. Big man, this has to be goal of the season, or I don't know what. To be fair, fullback union, Alaba, Tyler the Creator, that was a good effort. Edison's finally had to make a save. The babyface assassin centre-back. So good effort, really. I'm capping a bit, but it's a good effort. It's actually a very good effort considering the distance. Edison taking no chances. That's acting. That's acting. Why is there 2 balls on the pitch? They have to do the last stand thing, Kroos and Modric. But again, it's taking it's like Ronaldo's sort of free kick thing from Alaba. It's taking that, and it's taking Toni Kroos hitting the crossbar. They're Real Madrid's best efforts. You'd take that if you're City, wouldn't you? I'm a bit confused as to what's going on at this moment in time. There was 2 balls on the pitch. Is it drop ball? What the hell is it? This ref is confusing me. Okay, he's just giving it back to Edison. Diaz at least 7-8, very aggressive. Hear that. City are starting to bug out a bit, if I'm real. But they still have a 2-goal cushion. No way is that Real Madrid's throw. I can't lie. Have certain executives at Real Madrid began to put the fax machines through to the ref about generational wealth? Militao wins the header, but where's his teammates? They're in trouble. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. Kevin De Bruyne, I don't know what you're on, man. What are you doing? Ivan Toney has been banned. Fullback union can't claim Alaba no more, Chief. You claim Ben White, it's DG. Yeah. Claim Alaba what? How much years did he play for Bayern Munich like that? You can thank us, by the way, for stopping the City team being dominant from early. To be fair, I think Pep's finally, I don't know what he's done, but he's managing the 2-legged ties, man. Because I don't know, man. The one time I did want City to go through is when I swear they went out to Spurs one year. Gundogan, is it going to be free? Is it going to be free? Gundogan can't fashion a shot, brings in Victoria Beckham, Jack Grealish. Corner kick. Don Carlo did that quick Western Union run at halftime to clear the ref funds. Big up DG. City's improved form started with Diaz's return from injuries. I mean, I love his leadership qualities. I'm pretty sure I did a video on him from his Benfica days. I think he's one of my favorite defenders in world football and in the Premier League. I like the way Lisandro Martinez plays as well, man. He's aggressive. I think Diaz is aggressive, but he's not as aggressive. He's kind of got that balance of being cool, calm, and collected. I like his leadership qualities. Corner kick to City. I can't lie. I'm starting to think it might be 3-0 City at some point. Jack Grealish, what is that? We're about to find out. Modric wins the header. Bernardo Silva tries to shoot. Ref tells him to get up. Real Madrid looking to counter-attack here. Vinicius Junior up against Kyle Walker. That's the only thing. He's too quick for this life, man. Edison deals with it, and it's here with Grealish. Great game. Great watch for the neutrals. Not just in this game, obviously, where we're watching Smash the Light Button, but also in the first leg. I don't think... Sometimes these football fixtures flatter to deceive. Ref, you're acting. I can't lie. Gundogan is so sick at winning these fouls, acting like he's been shot. It's a bit better for Madrid, but you need 2 goals. I think Diaz has improved a lot on the ball this season. Probably. Can't believe... And this is what we need to start doing in this life, man. You see how Bernardo Silva's, oh, my leg, penalty. Because you did that at the Emirates last year. Well, no, last season, better yet, because last year, I think we played them already in this season. What I would say, Arsenal and any other team, from specifically my team, could learn from both these teams away from anything. Look at the street smartness, preparing yourself mentally, and the little lies. Oh, he's fouled me, ref. Bernardo Silva, he wants a hat trick. He's used to nights like this. They didn't get anywhere serious. Well, they got serious, but they didn't make the final. That Monaco team with a young Mbappe, Bernardo, Fabinho, which they all went on to do good things. Obviously, Bakayoko, Soul Dream, certain man's team bought him and got shagged in that. Grealish wins a foul. He looks so comfortable in the City shirt these days. We're going to really struggle in the Champions League. We couldn't beat Sporting and got smashed by Brighton. We really need improvements to get to the City level. Lisandro Martinez has Napoleon complex. He's too tiny. Nah, man. I can't agree with that. I think it's a very English thing for the height thing with centre-backs. Obviously, someone's 5'8". I'm always going to be with him. I think it's with Lisandro, it's about the size of the fight in the dog. I think United fans do too much, but I like him a lot, man. I don't know if we would see the same Lisandro because I don't quite buy him. I know Arteta, when we was linked with him, wanted to play him left back, and I just think he would have had to be a centre half. He looks much better there. Boy, but we didn't do it though. You spent how much you spent for Enzo Fernandez? Has he had a better season than Xhaka? Shout out, man. Swear down, Lavia's had a better season. Lie, fam. Where's Mudryk? Mind you, look, I guarantee, boy, if he carry, I think, and I've said already, I think Mudryk's going to be lit next season. But be careful, because he might return back to Shakhtar on loan. Be careful, man. Get your own house in order. Did he not win a World Cup? Yeah, pick up Lisandro. But you don't win these things alone. But I didn't criticize him. I like him a lot. Non-Arsenal, him, Diaz. For this season, Ake, obviously he's not playing right now. Enzo, yeah. What's he done at Chelsea? The agendas have to agenda, my boy. Sure, I ain't seen the World Cup winning stuff. Mustafi's won World Cup. What? Ozil's won it. What? They didn't get allowed. What's that? You still flexing that? Benzema pulled out wide. I mean, it's been... I'm probably gassing it, saying it's been a good reaction from Real Madrid, but in terms of what they were doing, probably at this stage in the first half, a lot better. Problem is with Madrid, they ain't really they ain't really got much on the bench. Obviously, Eden Hazard is not if he is on the bench, he's not a serious option. Probably looking at Asensio because he's got a habit of some dramatic goals. No, I'm not saying you are. Tony Kroos. Just over half an hour left. It's enough time but eventually Edison's gonna have to be beaten in his net. Vinicius Jr. will try to get back to Rodrigo. Militao will engage with Grealish. Don't do that. He knew he was going to foul him. Good foul. Man said it's dead. Madrid need to go home. It's looking like such. But you never know. One goal makes it a nervy encounter, man. Man said he hopes Arsenal win this game. I'm even mad. I don't know if that's a attempt at shit banks or what. Diaz, Edison. Edison hooks it with his right peg. Good play from Bernardo Silva. Haaland, of all people, couldn't bring it down. Who do you think gets man of the match, DG? It's got to be Bernardo, isn't it? If it stays that, it's got to be, bro. Man slapped in 2 goals. It's got to be Bernardo. But I think a lot of City players have been good, man. I think it's a men of the match thing. I think everyone's done their job. I think Stones has been good. I think Rodri has worked well in midfield. I think Akanji stood up to be cat. I think Diaz, Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo fighting. Good play from Rodrigo. How the hell has he still got the ball? Brazilian thing. Crazy. He's attempted to switch play. That's surely not going to find Benzema. Kyle Walker wins the header, but it falls to the demon Vinicius. Brazilian stuff. Finds Skenzema. Benzema, important interception by Gundogan. Kevin De Bruyne wanted far too long in possession. When you lot find out who Valverde was passing to, let me know. Grealish has been good as well. Haaland's probably been unlucky not to have 2. It's a collective battle, but if I had to say man of the match, bro, man scored a brace against Real Madrid, didn't it? And forget it, the 2 goals. First half, can't lie, Bernardo Silva had Camavinga. Fair enough, he's not a left back, but he had him on toast. Absolute toast. I think Grealish has been good. Rodri. Kyle Walker doesn't get it from Kevin De Bruyne. In fact, now he does. Good pass from Kyle Walker. Finds Kevin De Bruyne again. Skips past Camavinga. Camavinga will learn from this. Oh, it's about to be free. Carvajal saw the Madrid Ultras at his yard. He survived. He almost made a mistake, but he made up for it. Crazy. Luka Modric. Good pass. Rodrigo. Brazilian V2 skills. Finds Luka Modric, the talented creation. Luka Modric gives it back to Rodrigo. Rodrigo tries to square for Vinicius. Benzema surely offside once he touches that. Fair enough. He's deemed not active in play. Keeps it alive. Where was this Madrid side in the first half? Toni Kroos asks for it. Modric says no. Modric tries to force it to Benzema. Grealish with a lot of defending. He's not made to Modric. Modric has fouled him. And I look back a few years ago when Southgate said Grealish is not good defensively. I look back to the Spurs game. I'm sure Spurs lost this season to City, and we did a watch along. If not this year, last year. And I said the most exciting thing City have done is how good Grealish has been. Grealish finally understands what Pep demands of him. And Pep is like going to university. Everything that these lot have thought they've known in their whole lives and been told for years about football, Pep could tell you it's all a lie. And I think Grealish is a lot more comfortable. 60-40 so far in terms of possession, this time to Real Madrid. They've still, however, had one attempt on target in the second half and 2 attempts in total. And them stats are probably doing a favour because what have they been really? Vinicius, never a foul, never a foul. Get up, this ain't YouTube player. You think Xhaka's going down there easy? Agenda. Gundogan. Grealish. City beat him in the final. Gundogan tries to set up her teammate. Modric. What pass was that? Modric is looking mad today. Rodri. Rodrigo wins it back. Valverde. Carvajal. Oh. All right. They'll live to fight another day. Courtois has found Camavinga. Camavinga into Benzema. Benzema gives it back. French link-up settings. Just about gets it to Vinicius. Vinicius Jr. turns on the turbos. Ref. Oh. Oh. Gundogan got nowhere near that. And he knows it's a foul, no complaints. Grealish is the most annoying player in the history of all sports. Overdoing it. Yellow card for Gundogan. Again, my team Arsenal, you see them fouls you have to make. Rodrigo. Not going to lie. You might start getting agendas. I need to know you're the truth. You know, you made me on the verge of tears in the World Cup when you missed that pen, bro. Rudiger's coming on. Say, Carlo, I don't know what you was on. That's interesting for Luka Modric. I wonder if he puts Alaba or Militao in midfield. Or does he go with Rudiger? That tells me we need a bit more intensity in terms of winning the ball back. I mean, regardless of how the outcome happens, Carlo will probably sit back and say, do you know what? I probably should have started Rudiger. The short corner routine from Real Madrid did not bang. And look at the sheer willingness and determination from City. It's Haaland doing defending. Icy free jeans kicked in for Camavinga because he got to the ball before Kevin De Bruyne gives it back to Courtois. Courtois just lumped it for. I don't know what Courtois was on there. Madrid going to get second win at that 70 minutes. Bro, they're going to have to find something. That's a shout. Camavinga in midfield. That's a shout. That's a shout. Alaba left back. Could do that. It's not a that thing. We're not getting compilations from Vinicius. It's not a that thing today. Pep said, forget all of that. I'm the mad bored bastard. Forget that. So Bernardo settings. Bernardo Silva. Why can't my team in Football Manager play like this, man? I think Bernardo Silva confused himself there. He's won a throw-in. Pep, please win the Champions League and leave. Please, man. You've achieved it all. You've won it all. You don't need, especially if you do the treble cup, man. Need a chance. Bring the charges against City, man. It's actually not fair. Like, I still think City will dominate and stuff with a new manager, but like, he's there'll be a talented manager. Very unlikely it's going to be a generational sort of Donny, or at least at the time, like Pep. We need a chance. It's not fair, man. It's actually not fair. Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. Kevin De Bruyne. Pep ain't coming to Arsenal no more, man. Wenger should have stepped down 10 years ago for that. And to be fair, it probably wouldn't have banged because we weren't going to spend a piece. Oh, surely that's another free kick for Vinicius. Ain't gonna wait. Ain't gonna until it's like the last 10 seconds. I'm not writing off Madrid. I ain't writing them off. I'm just saying it don't look good. Benzema. Rodrigo. Come on, Vinicius. I was bigging you up, man. I was saying all this talk about Haaland and Mbappe. Like, people don't talk about you with Ballon d'Or clause. What's going on? If Man City are cheating, I want to cheat as well. But you see, if I was a City fan, I'd be the most arrogant person in the world, especially if they win the chat. You think I care about cheating? Benzema. Alaba passing the ball like he hates him. Pardon me, and he can't cushion that under control. Oh, Bernardo, cute little flick. Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne on the break. Camavinga, you better win that. You better. Icy 3G kicked in again. You know you needed to win that. It was peak for your team. Quite like Kevin might have to come off. He's looking knackered. It's here with Vinicius. Vinicius, Samba, man. Be like Neymar. That's a good ball, actually. Unfortunately, it's found on City, man. Be like Neymar. We need the Samba skills. Grealish had a great game. That's like even if we got Klopp, I don't think at the time these guys were available. Like probably a couple of years / the year Klopp came into Liverpool, and obviously with Pep, we wouldn't have got it. Wouldn't have banned because we weren't spending peas. Like obviously Pep can develop in that, but we really weren't spending peas them times. Bringing in Yosin Benayoun. Come on, man, we was rocking up at the Camp Nou with Sylvester as a retired version. We was finished. So Campbell coming out of retirement, that was finished. Nasty flick. Valverde just running around, man, Fellaini style player. Nah, like, man, you're being harsh. Being very harsh. Valverde's lit. Grealish is lit as well, man. Grealish is one of them guys, and he knows he's good as well. You have to start fighting him. Don't know why play stopped here. Not quite sure why play has stopped here. But we're finally back here. Camavinga. Camavinga in possession. Militao. Invited to advance forward. Does. Militao. Boy, you might as well bang it, man. No one else is on nothing today. Finds Carvajal. They need a new right back, man. Carvajal's done all right this year, but you're tired. I'm tired now, man. Camavinga finds Rodrigo. Benzema. You need to win a foul. Rodri says, forget all of that. And comes the counter-attack. It's 3 against 2. Kevin De Bruyne. Kroos, you're a liar. Hey, Kroos is a snake. Kroos looked at Rudiger and said, you go win it. Kroos is a snake. You're the nearest person to the ball. You ran inside to make him go out there. And that was shaky by Militao. That was Buki, but he's cool. Kroos is a snake. He was not trying to keep up. He was not trying to keep up with De Bruyne there at all. He snaked that defensive work. Shameless. I might have to put Coquelin and Santi comps up. One day, hopefully, we get the Arab owners, man. Splash the peas, man. Pick up the Cronkies, though. Hopefully, anyone watching, you can employ me at Arsenal and that. Keep the ties, Lidge. It feels like City against the runner player going to get this third, Kevin De Bruyne. Can't lie, Islam even shook a Camavinga. Grealish up against Carvajal. You might get cooked, Carvajal. Grealish allows him. He goes backwards to Akanji. Rodri. The City team's just too good, mate. Gundogan, that's a ball. Kevin De Bruyne gives it back to Gundogan. It feels like that third dagger is coming. Grealish, that's a ball. Unfortunately, I'm gassing it up. Militao. Valverde attack with Pert. They might as well slap Valverde right back, man. Bring on the next midfielder. That was terrible by Valverde. Alaba as well. That was meaty. Bernardo Silva. It could get long for you, Madrid, Looks like both teams looking a bit tired. Arsenal should hire DG as a scout or rattler. I'm here for that. He tried to snake him. Did you see me? Like, hey, go over there, fam. I can't do it. I'm Tony Kroos. He snaked me. Like, you just come on, mate. Go over there, man. Kyle Walker skilling up Vinicius. Boy. Game's looking over, mate. De Bruyne wanted 10 years on the ball. The ball's hit the ref. Ref stops proceedings. To be fair, the rest had a good game. And as we thought predictable, Asensio's coming on for Tony Kroos. So Carlo probably just saw what we saw. And man, they ain't got the intensity. I mean, hindsight's also always a wonderful thing. Toni Kroos and Luka Modric have done fantastic for Madrid, to say the least. Definitely, especially recent years. They did well at the Bernabeu. Maybe if Carlo had his time again, he could go back in time. Would he have probably gone with one of them? Probably Modric. Would he have probably gone again with Camavinga at left back? I'm not sure. Carvajal, Valverde, Alaba. Probably wouldn't. You know, Casemiro's one of the midfielders, like the Madrid guys getting on, that still got an engine. Valverde, Vinicius Jr. up against Haaland, 2 future Ballon d'Or winners. I don't know what that was from Vinicius. You could never say that's a push. Neymar would never. You're one of my guys, you know. You're the closest thing I'm gonna get to Neymar, who's years soon done. Neymar would never do that. You gotta do better. I think City need another goal to be sure of the win. But hey, 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Boy, Edison. Easiest game he probably had all season. No, that was probably us. In fact, no, it weren't. Holding scored. Boy, Benzema, you need to watch Rob Holding vids. Rob Holding scored at this ground. Shameless settings. Shameless settings. Arsenal won at the last time we went Bernabeu, we won, and that shows you how far it actually has been since we've been on something serious. Shaky header by Bernardo Silva. Kyle Walker just put into the channels. Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne looks knackered, man. He looks knackered. He's moving like a Sunday League smoker right now, man. Kevin De Bruyne is one of them players. You know, when he gets tired, he starts looking a bit meaty for his standards. Camavinga. Finally looking at home in midfield. The left-back team weren't going to take them out the hood. DG, you can make it in the Arsenal boardroom. Ian Wright should hook you out respectfully. I'd love it, man. But Ian Wright's not my guy like that. Big him up. I've just met him at an event. Would love to, but no, I'd have to earn my stripes. I want to be at A-Len first. And then I want to be one of them random guys at Sky Sports just walking through, don't even know who they are. Like, yeah, we're trying to find, me or Tete we tried to find some player. Put accent on for no reason. You can't be in football if you ain't got accent. Grealish. Victoria Beckham drops a hit, plays a 1-2 with Gundogan. Gundogan and Grealish advance. Grealish appealing to the ref for the foul. Kevin De Bruyne will keep it moving. Kevin spent, lad. Spent, lad. And to be honest, boy, all this running up and down is not easy. Bernardo Silva. And you know what these guys got on the bench? Like Mahrez, all these guys. Pep's a madman. He might not make a single sub. And I don't think he'll do it this season. But as long as Haaland's there. Sourcing. How's it not gone free? That would have been the dagger blow to Real Madrid. Wow. Haaland smashing everything in the air. You can't believe it. Gundogan sourcing. Nutmeg backheel pass. I think everyone was expecting for Haaland to score. Courtois is the only one that's earned his wages for Madrid from start to finish today. He's the only reason Madrid are still half in it. I say half in it because it's Real Madrid. Probably not going to be Haaland's day. In fact, you never know he will score. But he's had 3 good chances. I think he's worked hard. Corner kick. Wow. That was sourcing. Could it be free here? Oh. You getting your badges, inshallah. Sunday League, he's looking tired, man. Kevin's got to call it a day now, man. I'm sure he wouldn't want to come off. But he's looking knackered, man. Carvajal. What are you doing, lad? Valverde, that's poor. Valverde, that's poor. Who are you heading that to? I love Valverde, but not every day 100 meters and cross country and marathons and that. Sometimes be a footballer, just get the ball under control and do wavy stuff. That was terrible. Oh, and Bernardo for no reason dropped his shoulder. And Rodri has been fantastic today. He just wanted it several bits more. Obviously, a former Atletico man. There's obviously added reason to want to win. Pep as well, being a former Barca lad. Rodri, would love to have a Rodri in at Arsenal. Gundogan as well. City got it easy. Haaland has been robbed today. Harsh. Haaland's going to be judged on goals. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm pretty sure there'll be some point in Haaland's life at City where there'll be a massive game where it's fighting for the league, the champs, and Pep might just say, you know what, fuck a striker today. We're going with none. Grealish, never a foul, ref, never. Oh, Camavinga won it there, ref. You're acting. Victoria Beckham's hair's flying, and a yellow card. You know. To be fair, it's a foul. Sorry, ref. You fouled Grealish. Camavinga, I don't know what he was on. You fouled him, bro. See, Madrid's not just a win-win thing all the time, bro. Sometimes you got to go through these tough moments. If I'm not mistaken, hasn't Camavinga played left back for France? I'm not even sure. Elite time wasting from City. Pep doing the dark arts thing. Kevin De Bruyne doing the dark arts thing. City looking winded but still disciplined. Naturally, man, this is it's free. Akanji has scored. It's over. Madrid, it's over. Get the checkbook out. Manchester City will be fighting Inter Milan in the Champions League final. It's over. It's over. Madrid hype. As much as Madrid got that, it's over, man. It's like when Undertaker lost his unbeaten finger at WrestleMania. Courtois, I feel sorry for you. Even now, really, I don't. You're an ex-Chelsea man, but it is what it is. Past the pad settings. It's not easy at the Etihad, is it? It's not easy. Not offside. Who is that playing them on? Carvajal. The granddads have let them lot down. Yeah, he was doing it. And one of you said that you wanted City to get a third. There you have it. Camavinga left back. Militao instead of Rudiger. It's an own goal from Rudiger. I don't know. I mean, from Militao. I don't know what Militao's smoking there. Pardon me. They got to rebuild, man. No. Ancelotti doing VAR. You're moving like me, a football manager, brother. It's over, bro. Rah. The peas might have gone in. Hold your horses. It's a goal. The card declined. Boy. No way is Akanji getting to claim that. Shameless. But then again, he's got the cane rolls with no drop off at the end. So the man there shameless anyways. Carlo's gone, man. I don't think he deserves to be sacked, but he's gone. You won the Copa del Rey. Never really, again, I don't know the La Liga table off by heart, but they're nowhere near Barca. You've rubbed out 4-1 in aggregate. You probably let yourself down tactically. You know, hindsight's a wonderful thing in that. It's over. As good as Madrid are, it's predictable, man. You know, that Valverde might move out wide here and there. Rodrigo might go in midfield. They've got a couple of defensive options. Asensio could sometimes score and do wild stuff. Boy, look at the passion from Pep Guardiola. I love it. And someone said the Poznan's coming out. It's out. Manchester City 4, Real Madrid 1. City into final. Only one man can stop City now. And his name's Lukaku. Now I'm chatting. But he's calling for VAR. Shameless, man. Tried to bust case by any means necessary. It's over, man. Carlo, we link up, man. Brazil manager settings. You're gone. Probably naive to not start Rudiger. Probably naive to play Camavinga left back. Probably naive. Again, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but to go with Toni Kroos and Modric in this game, Mahrez is coming on. It's a bit too late for Tchouaméni now, brother. It's too late, man. Gundogan coming off. It's too late, brother. The Madrid juice is gone. It's not gone. Madrid's Madrid, but for today and this edition of the Champions League, it's done. It's done. Forget about it, man. Brazy meme. Brazy. Real, Barca, Bayern are about to be replaced with the likes of City and Liverpool. Haaland is a beast, but if the jerseys were big like Shearer's era, he would struggle to score. I think that's why, in my opinion, Shearer is world-class. Harsh. Inter will face it. Camavinga's gone. Barca have already won the league. Exactly. I hope Carlo comes to manage Brazil. We need someone lit. Rodrigo, you're not the truth. Oh, Danny Ceballos hype. Come on, man. You can't be bringing these men on, man. It's a hype. What is Ceballos going to do? Just spin around in midfield? Yeah, cool. Asensio might score an occasional screamer, or when you've already smacked the team 3-4-1. Man, are bringing on Vasquez and that. This is rubbed Madrid, man. Great club, but this is rubby. Carvajal's went out like a thug. He ain't been terrible today. The only luxury I could give Real Madrid is that they've got enough of these Champions Leagues. Carlo, man, you're my guy, but you might have to start looking at a yard back in Italy or in another country if you want to manage, you know. And it looks like 2 finals are en route home for Pep Guardiola's side. They're in the FA Cup final. Unless a madness happens, they're in the Champions League final. And they're Premier League winners. Crazy. A 3-peat and a treble. Pep Guardiola said before this second leg time, my legacy is still intact. And regardless of this, so Lord knows what he'll say after. Every dog has their day. Madrid have had it more often than others. This is Real Madrid's competition, but this won't be their trophy. Essential. Oh, baggy. See, these men are rubbed, man. You got to shot these man. You're not playing Elche and that. Look what you're doing. Grealish. City ain't gonna handle Lukaku. Best choice to replace Carlo Ancelotti. Not a clue. Not a clue. Would it surprise me if Zidane links start again? The Madrid juice today, it's not there. I don't know what they eat and drink before games, but it's not there, man. The plug did not pick up. It's crazy. Benzema's still the guy, but they're gonna have to, a couple, man, not necessarily replaced in terms of you're not in the team anymore, but time catches up with everyone. Time waits for no one. What do you think of Ivan Toney's ban? Peak, bro. Like, obviously, if they're the rules, they're the rules. You know, if we're gonna do ethics in football, why is there? You know, when the players are wearing the betting things, they're doing several betting events. So when are we drawing the moral compass? But rules are there. You broke the rules. You're not gonna be able to play against City. Not going to be able to play for 8 months. Peak. Phil Foden will be coming on for City as well. Essential. Boy. Free Tony. Last time I turned off my TV during the Man City game, Rodrigo bag 2, turn it off then. City have done it, man. City are about to achieve greatness. They've already done it, but yeah, man. What a club. What a team. Ceballos hype. Benzema. Or it could be at least 3-1. No, Diaz says forget that. Benzema goes round the keeper. Edison's flat on his ass. Vasquez, you won't do it. Ceballos, see the man, they are shit. Good save by Edison. Closest Madrid have got all game. Benzema. Peak. City have said forget all of that. It's our competition. Right? Boy, we're the new kids on the block. Boy. Militao. Scorer of the 3rd goal. Yeah, man. The two are not into that, but that just tells you when the football authorities want to take sanctions, they'll take sanctions. 8 months, fine, £50,000, which again, I'm not a pocket watcher, but I'd imagine for Ivan Toney, 50,000 a lot of money, but you're making that back in your sleep. Chouameni, dodgy pass, really. Militao. Foden's still waiting to come on. Vasquez. You got scared of Haaland. You still got it, though. Just won a free kick, to be fair. DG, appreciate your commentary. Appreciate you lot being locked in. Why can't we sign Rice? Can I say that now when most teams are in for him? Kevin De Bruyne, to be fair, you look tired from the first 30 seconds in the second half, but you're finally going to get a breather. What a player. What a player. You got to remember, he's the whole reason, they went into this tie level. And to be fair, he deserves the Champions League. What a player he's been. Especially if he wins the champs, the only disappointment that he could have is probably his golden generation with Belgium. They ain't really done nothing. Phil Foden didn't back his mum in beef. Doesn't really have to back a significant part of this game. Privileged little kid. Talented little kid. Would you swap Cancelo for Tierney? In theory, no, because I want to keep Tierney, but if we're stupid enough to entertain that, why not? City are stupid enough to entertain that. Foul for Real Madrid don't mean much. At this point, give the away fan something to cheer about. But it's done. It's done. Benzema can't pick out his passes. It's peak. Foden got waves. I didn't even clock. Swear. He's wearing weave then, man. You saying he's running some Dax or something in his head? It's over, man. Have to go again next year, Madrid. Well, to be fair, like they've won it more times recently than I can count. Someone's got to win. Someone new's got to win it. All hopes are with Inter now. Vinicius hype, Rodrigo hype, mentality hype, Carlo hype. The Bold Don has won. Diaz, 6 minutes left. And again, big shout out to you lot. You lot make what's been a good game can only be great with people like you, man. Thank you. You lot on Twitch and YouTube got the best subscribers and supporters ever. Why can't Arsenal have a little fairy tale like this? But I remember playing City, bro. Football's changed in my 28 years, you know. I remember talking about playing City. Playing Man City was never a thing. It was Henry just going to twine up Danny Mills. Now look. Inter ain't beating City, I can't lie. I don't give Inter a snowball's chance in hell, which is why I'm going to bet money on Inter to win. Because stranger things have happened. Come on, Inter, man. It's not impersonal. City, out of all the Prem teams that aren't Arsenal, and we're not going to win it because we're not in it, I'd rather City win it because I don't know those City fans. Like, big up Daps, but like I don't know any of my personal life. In fact, Marcel, you used to be an Arsenal fan. You bought a City shirt. You even bought your son a City shirt. You're moving mad. I seen you in the hybrid kit in 06, full kit wanker. I'm not taking it in. And a couple of people like that. I don't want that, so he's calm. But come on, man. This is not fair, man. The sins of what year was it? Chelsea beat City, whatever year it was about to be addressed. Victoria Beckham's about to pick up a second Prem and a champs. Crazy. Sergi Gomez is going to have a Champions League winners medal. Ralph Foden pressing from the front. You're actually back in some beef. Crazy. Oh, Vinicius, that was a wavy Brazilian skill. I'd rather Inter. And to be fair, I'd rather if it was, I give Inter a 10% chance. I would give AC Milan, whether they played Real Madrid or City, no chance. Because at least Inter, they got a structure, they're better coached, all of that jazz. Boy, Vinicius, I ain't seen nothing, you know. I was hyping you before the game. You're not on nothing. You're going to get out of Kyle Walker's back pocket. Big up the fullback union. Chouameni. Needy. Foden's such a wonderful player, man. Mahrez, about to rip. Rudiger says, no, ooh, Rodri, ooh, there was no need to do that to Alaba, was there? What's all that about? Cute little skill. At least there's something to Inter's play. They're quite good defensively, free at the back, all of that jazz. Hope Latoro plays like he did last night. Big up to everyone who's been not only part of this live stream, but yesterday as well. And don't forget from my Arsenal fans, I'm pretty sure, because Lord knows I think one of the vids that came out today, I was recording at like 3 a.m. See the work I put in for you lot. A couple of videos are out there on my YouTube channel. So make sure you're taking them in. Arsenal been linked with Cancelo and Gundogan. I don't believe in it. Listen, in Lukaku we trust. Hopefully Lautaro Martinez wants not only a World Cup this year, but, well, you know what I mean by this year, and the Champions League. To be honest, the big football action is tomorrow, because the under 17s European Championship is actually kicked off, and I'm going to go be watching that. Oh! Even though Real Madrid are losing, Vasquez, Grealish got sent to the shop and then some. Got sent 2 shops. He had to go market and then he had to go buy a banana sim. Ceballos, you're breading. Bringing on. See, the City are so fake. Alvarez out of nowhere. This is the greed they talk about in religious books. Like, there's probably only about 2 players at City that probably fans, or me as an Arsenal fan, wouldn't take. I'm not really that convinced on Cole Palmer. Good player though. Don't really rate that Gomez you. But we'll be here all day. Every City player is lit. I'll even take Scott Carson for the banter. Like you said, DG Pep needs to leave the Prem. Big up DG. To be fair, Man Madrid have had a poor season, poor in La Liga. Yeah, and that's why I think Carlo's gone. They won Copa del Rey. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I think tactically he's let himself down today, but they can't do the Champions League thing. They're out La Liga, like you said. Probably Smith. Barella can ball, man. It's over, man. Real Madrid did huff and puff a bit in the early stage of the second half. Other than that, it's been meaty. Appreciate that, Graham. Massive praise. Massive praise. Thank you for that. You're part of the furniture. You're always here. It's peak. And again, I think naturally people are going to focus on how poor Madrid were because it's Madrid. And as I said, it's like the Undertaker losing at WrestleMania. But Pep Guardiola, for how he's spoken about the mental aspect before this, from how he structured the team, for how aggressive and mentally these players have been in control from minute 1 to 0. They were being aggressive. They scored and they never kept going. They stand to, 3 minutes of added on time to keep a clean sheet. Individually, if I had to give man of the match, obviously Bernardo Silva has scored 3 goals. And I know Haaland probably could have had a hat-trick on another day. He's been absolutely fantastic. Every player's been fantastic. I really have enjoyed what Grealish has done. Stones, Akanji. I think Diaz has been good. Edison's probably been the lowest rated player on the pitch. For Real Madrid, in hindsight, probably shouldn't have went with Kroos and Modric in midfield. Probably shouldn't have went with Camavinga at left back. The biggest call is probably Rudiger not in the team as well. Never looked like they're in it. It's going to be 4. And that's why Pep Guardiola is the genius. Genius. Absolute genius. Alvarez has been on the pitch for 2 seconds. And he's done what Haaland's failed to do in about 3-4 attempts. Carlo, you're gone, You're my guy, but you're gone in it. You're gone in it. You're gone in it. Your job's gone. You've got rubbed up. And this is probably a sobering reality for Real Madrid because they've been in dreamland for a number of years. This is what I meant about the biggest gift for Real Madrid could be their curse in that they've been here, they've done it, they've wore the T-shirt. But City are hungry. Their players ain't done this. Terrible from Madrid. Brilliant from City. Bernardo Silva, man of the match, man to a man. Everyone at City deserves everything today. Phil Foden gets an assist. Finally back in something. Peak. I feel sorry for Courtois. You're the only guy I feel sorry for. I feel sorry for Courtois because you've tried. You don't deserve to concede 4. There's been, as silly as Ramsdale can be, there's been times as an Arsenal fan, I've seen Leno and Ramsdale concede whole heap of goals. They don't deserve it. So I sympathize with you. Pep Guardiola is the villain. The only place that's probably more rocking than Manchester is Catalonia. It's Pete Carlos scratching it. Bro, you better get that wine out, my brother. You're in money. I don't know if you got a link Bugsy Malone or something. Get a little bit of something sweet. Smoke this off, my guy. Charge it to the game. Got a raving in money. The accent must be able to get you a few things. Handing that P45, boy, it's over. And it kills me to say that about Carlo, but I don't think Carlo's been getting enough respect that he deserves historically for how he puts Real Madrid out there tactically. But it's peak. Bernardo Silva will be man of the match because he scored 2, but man to a man, Rodri, Stones, Ake, they've been lit. Real Madrid have been naive tactically. To all the points I said, what have been Madrid's best chances? When Alaba's had like a shot from like 35 yards from a free kick. Toni Kroos did that as well. You'll take that. City deserve this. And regardless of how it goes with City in the champs, this is probably the greatest night at the Etihad. Now I'm capping because I don't support City, so I don't know. But this has to be one of the greatest nights as a football fan being at the game. And the craziest thing is, there's one guy out there that probably bet on this. Commiserations to Carlo Ancelotti. Congratulations to Pep Guardiola. I never want an English team to win it or do any of that. If someone has to do it, for me, it would be City. It would be Pep. Because I'm a big fan of Pep. And similar to how idiots were out there saying, Messi ain't won World Cup. I would like for Pep to be able to say, well, I've won Champions League elsewhere. Do not get twisted. I don't want them to win. But nothing. Putting the neutral cap on, you can't have anything once again but admiration for Manchester City. They were hungry from start to finish. They won their individual battles. They were aggressive. They didn't give Real Madrid any breathing space. This looked like a Premier League game, and it's a scoreline to match. Carlo, stop moaning with the ref, bro. Stop moaning with the ref. In fact, you want to be careful. Carlo, probably on his Pablo Escobar thing. The referee, I ain't a snitch, but you might have to get escorted out. You might not make it out. If looks could kill, Carlo's going to jail for him still. Boy, and for Madrid, boy, 4-0, smoked. Carlo's gone, which is a benefit for me because big up Benzema. We're getting him for Brazil. We're back, Brazil. We're back, man. We're back. It's not fair, man. Really, you've been at City 2 seconds and you're in the champs, and like this is not nice. Time catches up with everyone. Scott Carson living life. Scott Carson is probably doing the Poznan with the fans in that, man. Milan reported to be sniffing around De Zerbi. Boy, I'm the 50-year-old big chair. I'm the 50-year-old big comfy chair. It's peak. It's, as I said at the start, I felt it's City's time. I don't think anyone could have predicted this. Someone's probably put a bet on for 4-0 City, and they're laughing, rightly so. Future of football, 25 man. Can't do it without depth. Crazy. Crazy. What a team. What a side Man City are, man. From a neutral point of view, you can't help but first be jealous, because everyone would want their team to be doing this, and have admiration. Like, what a side this Man City team is. Great game for the neutrals. Quality side. Lukaku's got time for you, though. Calvin Phillips living his best life. You're going to get to pick up a Champions League and a Premier League medal without participating at all. Holy hell, mate. Timer. Hey, I'm doing this for my Madrid fans. Xhaka very close to Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso met Xhaka today. Boy, you'd imagine Pep Guardiola is going to be asked about, not Pep, Arteta's going to be asked about that in a press conference in the build-up to Nottingham Forest, or probably in the aftermath. Don't forget, people, I think Arsenal on Saturday kick off at 5:30. We'll have at 4:30. Where are the Madrid fans? They're gone, man. You can have all the money in the world, but you still have to build a sound tactical squad. Graham, tell them again, and that's why Pep is the master. The guy's a mad scientist. Crazy. He must be the worst husband ever, because there's no way you can have time for your wife and your family when you're doing what you're doing from a tactical point of view. You defo live, breathe, eat shit football. Crazy, man. Legend. All this to get smoked by Anana and Inter. Listen, I hope Inter win, but that's a myth, man. They might run riot. I can't lie. Big up to everyone who's hit the like button. 124 and counting. Big up Rants for the raid. Crazy. Crazy. This Pep Guardiola fella. These City players. Imagine a 3-peat and a treble. In this era as well. Because I don't think you can discredit Ferguson's one, but that's one thing that will boost Pep. I did it in this era, especially when you look at the points tally. I mean, football's a weird game, because if Madrid went through, off topic once again, I would love to speak to a City fan. This has to be the greatest night at the Etihad, regardless of how this goes. But yeah, like, I'm pretty sure if Madrid went through, or City like they actually have, both of these teams were considered the favourites and probably to run riot against Inter. How poetic in football would it be for Inter to do something? I don't know. And if anyone can do the underdog thing, it's the Italians, and it's an Italian team. Listen, I didn't want an English team to win it. But if anyone has to from England, it's City. I don't know their fans, and I like Pep. Even though, again, I'd rather Madrid be the ones there. But when you take away your footballing bias, you have to take your hats off to Pep, his coaching staff, the club, the players. As I said, the first thing that goes through my head is admiration from a neutral point of view. The second is jealousy. I want these nights for my club. I want this gaffer at my club. All right, Ever is shameless. Ever, you're shameless. Ever, you're shameless. Because I remember a video coming out saying they would never win the Champions League. Why is Patrice Evra there? You're shameless. Ever, you're shameless. Why are you breading Edison as well? You've won this, lad. Fair enough, man. Ever is shameless. Boy. Pep clear of Ferguson, no bias. I mean, the man's the greatest, man. The man's the greatest. Arteta to Real Madrid. Here we go. Big up Dark Side Rum Punch. Make sure you're following him on Instagram. You lot have seen me drinking that rum before. It's amazing. I can't lie. Can you lot see the time? I think it's time for Dark Side Rum Punch to send me some more. I see them new flavors. Big up Rants for the raid as well. Rice, Declan Rice hype. Demolition. Demolition. The only way a Premier League is going to have chances, Premier League sides are going to have chances in the league, is if Pep leaves. Because they will get another manager, and they probably will be a generational manager, but Pep is a once-in-a-lifetime manager. No one has a chance, man. No one has a chance. Zinchenko and Jesus, you two shagged yourselves, you know. We got you lot for joining my club, but you two shagged yourself. It's peak. It's peak. Aye, man. And again, the only place is probably louder than Manchester is Catalonia, and probably everybody's homeland. Absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Is this one of the greatest Champions League nights I've seen in my 28 years? And one of the best Champions League games I've seen. Being a bit reactionary, it might be, but I've probably seen about 10 better. No, it'll be in my top 10. What I meant to say. Simeone Inzaghi is underrated. Listen, the minute Inter went through next round, I don't even expect him to have been watching this. Them Inter dons are going to watch this on a replay. Them need to start training from now. You need to start training from now. And everybody who doesn't want City to win, regardless of your religion, needs to start praying. Because City, a 3-peat in the Prem, a treble in the modern day, to add to already an elite legacy Pep Guardiola has, both at City and individually, and some of these players individually. Haaland's been there 2 seconds. His man bun hasn't even come down yet. Crazy. Well, I would say Madrid, you lot should have watched the Arsenal City game because Rob Holding scored what? Vinicius couldn't score at the Etihad, but Holding good. I seen Santi and Coquelin win here though. Same way I seen Arsenal win at the Bernabeu, but allow me, man. We're history merchants right now. Everett shameless. My guy. As I said, people, make sure you're following Dark Side Run Punch, Instagram settings, and go order. It's crazy. Everett is shameless. I don't listen in life. You got to be shameless. Tevez is probably local. Andy Cole's probably local. I believe in Mikel. Give him a little more time and quality. Yeah, I believe in Mikel. But hey, we ain't gonna have these sort of nights though. Just focus on that FA Cup. This City team is just too good. Hopefully they get caught out for the cheating they've done. Listen, I hope Pep Guardiola just says, you know what, I need to go on a sabbatical. Like I need to leave. Please. I hope his wife says, if you don't take a break, I'm leaving you, and he falls for it. Please. Because from a selfish Arsenal point of view, I'm tired of... No, listen, do your thing, but I'm tired of this. No one has a chance. Ake in the cup. Pick up GB's Ake. Look, Rico Lewis, Cole Palmer. Look, all these guys winning the champs. Big up Kyle Walker. He had a great game. That's the new angle we got to run. We lost to this Super City team. That's the new angle. We bottled that, man. Like, we know Arsenal bottled it, man. Yes, in August, we didn't think we was going to do it, blah, blah, blah. Young squad, naive, but we did bottle it. It was in our hands. We bottled the games, so bottled the league. But I'm here for it. Boy, Carlo's probably looking at them in the change room. Like, all right, what's going on? Carlo Ancelotti's a legend. But right now, it don't matter about none of that. Calvin Phillips, you have played no part in it. I respect you. I wish I was you, you know. Played no real part. I'm about to pick up a champs. I might pick up an FA Cup. I might pick up I wish. You're definitely picking up the Prem. Oh, and look what Leeds are doing. Coventry versus Luton playoffs. Who do you see us signing next season? I don't know, man. Today it's Declan Rice. But until players are holding shirts, I don't buy none of this stuff. I hope we get 8, a 6, a right back, a centre-half, right-sided centre-half. I can't lie, I'd more want to, you know, I would like a winger and a striker. Unpopular opinion, if you offer me a striker or a right winger, so like a right winger to compete with Saka, or a more physical number 9 that's different to Eddie Nketiah and Jesus, I can't lie, I'm going to pick the physical striker. If anything, Jesus can go out wide. Haaland giving away his shirt. But no one can compete, man. But money's not all. Because if City were just spending money, like, they would still be doing what they're doing, but not like this. It's Pep. He has to go. They made Real Madrid look like a Premier League side, didn't it? That looked like a Premier League game. Carlo ain't sleeping today. Well, in fact, he probably is, because he's going to probably down so much bottles of alcohol. I would as well. As I said, I'm sure there's many things he'd want to do better tactically. I think Real Madrid are finding that imbalance now. Yes, they've been winning for years, but in hindsight, potentially it's been, what's the word, like filtering over the cracks. Obviously, I won't say Benzema, but the Toni Krooses, just throwing them all in there. The Vasquezes, the Toni Krooses, the Carvajaos, the Modrics, they look like they ain't got their legs. Are Camavinga, Vinicius, Valverde, are these guys ready to be leaders? I don't know. And if you bring in Bellingham, he's not ready to be a leader for Madrid. Real Madrid will be back. Whether they win, lose, or draw, you'd imagine they'll be part of this at this stage in the tournament next season. But you'd imagine not with Carlo Ancelotti, if I'm honest. I don't think he should be sacked, but embarrassing, really and truly, in this round. Won the Copa del Rey, cool. nowhere near Barcelona in the La Liga race, you're gone, man. I don't know who they'll bring in, but you're gone. I'll be shocked as well. Nah, I'd rather City continue to win the Premier League than United. Like, I know United fans. I don't know no City fans. Like, it's perfect. Like, I don't know them. So that means no one ringing down my phone bragging. And who would you rather, Camavinga or Caicedo? Big up Caicedo, but Camavinga's a big dog. Him. It needs to end, but it's just getting started. I hope that City suffer what Arsenal did when Wenger left and what United did when Fergie left. I hope they do. But knowing Pep, you know, he's probably going to handpick his next manager anyways. But they might even just pluck this manager out at a certain North London club. Hopefully Ryan Mason. I don't know what he was on. DJ, I got timed out on Twitch just now. What did I do? I don't know. What did you do? What's your Twitch name? I don't know what you did. I didn't time no one out. I don't know what you did, man. Hope you weren't talking on. If you weren't talking nonsense, then I apologize on whoever. But if you was, you know the vibes. Well, we just have to Inter. I don't know what Madrid just weren't in it from start to finish. Madrid weren't in it. I'd take Caicedo. Big up Caicedo, but I ain't taking Caicedo over Camavinga. I can't see where you've been timed. Oh, American Gooner. Why did you time out John the Juice? That's my guy, man. Friendly fire. I love the fact that my moderators are on job. But friendly fires are flying around. John got the juice, yeah. I free him up, man. Free him up. I don't know what you did. Free him up. It's friendly fire, man. Mistake. You're back soon, man. Friendly fire, John. Friendly fire. You're not blocked, are you? You can't be blocked. Gooner, we can't compete. We can't, but do I feel finances is why we didn't win the league this year? No. It was in our hands. I think immaturity, naivety, not like how City handled their emotions, not handling our emotions. Camavinga is a baller. What do you think of Valverde? Another baller. But you got to start showing more than just running around and doing the marathon stuff, really. And Madrid, I guess it becomes a bit predictable, really. You know that they actually defend very decent. Camavinga can play centrally or go out wide. They might flirt with how they're deploying Vinicius and Rodrigo. You know, they ain't really got much off the bench beyond this Asensio. Probably a bit too predictable for as great as they are. Nah, second place ain't bad for Arsenal considering where we've been, but second place don't bring anything. See, it was a friendly fire. You're back, man. You're back. Big up American Gooner as well. City have an accomplished and stable club structure. So whoever comes in after Pep will inherit greatness. Yeah, but they're not going to play the Pep way. They're going to have to rebuild and things. They're going to definitely have a lot more luxury than post-life with Ferguson, with David Moyes for all his faults, and post-Arsene Wenger life with Emery for all his faults. But they might be a good manager, but they're not going to be a once-in-a-lifetime one like Pep. They might still win and be competitive. But for me, that's where I think you start to see an even playing field. Whether that transpires is another thing, though. I mean, no worries, John. I want my team. It should make you mad, but I want my team, Arsenal, and everyone to be the envy of the world. You can only have admiration. I hope Arteta and the players are sitting there watching this together and saying, "This is what you could do if you pattern up." Obviously, not the same. Deflection. Alvarez is a baller. Arteta, get on the phone, get his number, man. Call him. He had a great game, you know. Yeah, Pep says, put the seed in his brain. Pause. Hey, Pep, I wish I could speak to Alvarez. I just don't know why Pep don't play you, man. You're better than Haaland, you know. I don't know why you don't play. You're a World Cup winner. You don't deserve to be on the bench. Yeah, you scored, but you only played 5 minutes. I'll tell you what, if you stayed in London, you'd play all the time, mate. Like, we need to chat to him, man. Oh, my days. If City fans cry about anything, they're spoiled, they're privileged. There's not a damn thing to cry about as a Man City fan. There's not a damn thing to be upset about, to be concerned about, apart from Pep Guardiola leaving, which isn't happening anytime soon. Just put the money down, man. Put the money down. Like, you'd imagine that. You should do agent work, man. They should let me know. Foden, you're good, man. You should play a lot more. I bet you could play in Arsenal's midfield. FFG, if you're watching, stop messing about. Get the hell out of our club. I'm fed up, man. Look at the levels. I can't lie, man. A long time ago, as much as I love football and my football club, I learned to accept that. How can I make it make sense? Like I learned to stop dreaming because I can't control anything, and maybe they don't want to do it as much as I do. I learned to just It sounds sad, but accept. City deserve it. And let's be honest, like, as much as Pep and City will deny it, and they've dominated the league and won everything and been the envy of the Premier League and all that jazz, he was brought to bring in the Champions League. Like, clearly to achieve dominance in England as well, but he was brought for the Champions League. And I don't agree with it, but some idiots would sit there and say, oh, Pep not winning the Champions. I'm not talking about people with legitimate questions, but people say Pep's a flop, he didn't win the Champs. Just like some idiots out there, prior to Messi winning the World Cup, he's never won the World Cup, he's not great. It's crazy, isn't it? But some people genuinely hold these opinions, genuinely. There's nothing we can do, Marcel. Just have to accept it. Like, just enjoy the ride. Arsenal finished second. Cool, great. 80 plus points. I wish we won the league, but cool. What's that? Just accept it, man. All right, it's over. It's over. Unless some allegations get put up against City and the charges stick. But Pep and City, they're like Tariq St. Patrick. They're not going to jail for shit, man. It's over. Luis Enrique will just get in. He will be wavy for them, but he won't be Pep. Like, they'll still win stuff, but it won't be a Pep team. Anyone but Pep. Pep, go into punditry. You've completed life. Pep Guardiola's missus, please leave him if he doesn't devote more time to you, man. You don't deserve it. Probably been married for about 20 years. Come on. Tell him to leave City for a year and come out of football for a year, please. You don't have a chance. Don't have a chance. And last but not least, people, while it was a fantastic game of football, the one thing better is to watch it with you lot, man. Shout out to you lot who come in with Ranks' Raid and you lot who are regular supporters, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. If you're new here, like, comment, subscribe and that. It's a pleasure to be here speaking football with you lot and everything, man. The only thing that made the game better. Not worthy of you lot support people. So, yeah, one love to you lot. I ain't going to bore you lot anymore. The game's done. Appreciate you lot's talking points, etc., etc. Stay blessed. I hope everybody listening, you and your loved ones, stay in good health. And where your personal hopes, dreams, aspirations are concerned with what's left of the week, hopefully you lot get that much closer to it. If you ain't subscribed and following on all the platforms, make sure you do such. But for now, it's been a great night. I'll see you lot when I see you lot. Check out the rest of the videos on my YouTube channel or my Twitch. Appreciate you lot that have been here today and also yesterday for the Milan Derby and actually today and yesterday for my Arsenal live streams and obviously my Football Manager ones. You lot stay blessed, stay safe. I'm out.
There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like. There's always just that active red flag defending. I think it's like.
Easy.